Okay, and we're live. Give a chance for people to join in. This is very much an impromptu stream. Very much an impromptu stream. Got to keep it nice and quiet because I'm doing it impromptu, as it were. But basically, we're watching those. Well, just a bit of an intro of people. We're watching Wesley St. Heinz, Pilot Guard in the LVO finals, and he's playing the LVO finals, and we've just got to a very exciting moment. So I thought, you know what, we'd go live and take a look. This live stream is from, give full credit where credit's due. This live stream is actually on Warhammer TV right now. Absolutely incredible. So we are going to be reacting along. In fact, I'm actually going to turn the commentary of the announcers off because I don't want to be obviously talking over them, for one, and two, I also obviously don't want. I want to make sure that I'm sort of reacting to this in my own way more than anything else. Not just basically streaming someone else's stream, as it were. So trying to be as respectful as possible to that. But yeah, so we've not got the first couple of turns. We've not, with the first turn, both players just had the first turn, and now we're going over to the. We're going over to I think it's guard turn. I think it's guard turn 2. I think we've just had turn 1 for both players, and now for guard turn 2. And what's really interesting is the Death Watch player. I don't know. So to get you guys up to speed very quickly, it's guard versus Death Watch. So firstly, watch closely, boys. You may never ever see this matchup again. Pure Infantry Guard taking on Death Watch in the final of the biggest event of the year. We may never see it's like a game, which is crazy. The big thing that happened is I think the Death Watch player made a huge mistake turn 1, and it's going to be very interesting to see if that is the case. But basically, turn 1, he went like Billy Big Bollocks against the guard for what I felt was very small, high risk for very small reward. It was funny listening to the GW commentators before we went live, because he just the commentators were clearly like, well, you've got to make these moves, and I did feel there was a little bit of cope coming from there. We'll have to see, of course, because obviously it's very early days, but the Death Watch player had second turn. So my sort of thinking up until this point was, if I was a Death Watch player, especially if you look at the terrain of this board, this terrain is so open in comparison to what I'm used to. This terrain is so open. But if I was Death Watch player, I would have just been like, I've got the bottom of the game. I can get the big 15. I can absolutely brutalize. I can kill 100 guards in a turn easily. So that's what I would do. But instead, he exposed a lot of stuff. And then, and you know what? You could see it in the guard player's turn 2, because he popped up out of his chair like that, and he's just gone bang, or he's just done a big counter push. Now, I think this game could be decided by turn 2. This game could be decided by turn 2, because if the guard can hit hard enough here, then they very well could. They could do a lot of damage to the Death Watch, and enough damage where the Death Watch, they can take a lot of killing part of the Death Watch army. I don't know Death Watch that well, so I could be wrong here, but my instinct is that you've lost a blob of guardsmen down here to expose all this, and then now you've got these horses. They're going to come in here, pick this stuff up. All these scraplets of shots could easily pick up a lot of stuff here. These guys, I mean, look at how much the Death Watch player has exposed after his turn 1. He's got these guys out, 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 these guys out. I mean, this is 40k 10th edition. I really do feel quite strongly that there's a chance that everything that's out could die. And you've seen how aggressive the guard response has been. Cavalry coming in, every infantry coming in, Go. So it's going to be really interesting to see. The big thing the big thing, and this is a big one. The guard don't have lethal hits. Now, if this was combined arms guard, I'd say the Death Watch were screwed because it's an infantry Death Watch army versus an infantry guard army, and all the infantry and the guard army are going to have lethal hits. So that would be huge, but it's not combined arms, and so you are rolling a lot of hits, and then you're having to actually do some wounds. So it's difficult to judge at the moment. The Death Watch, of course, have still got this big second wave here and this big second wave up here. So there is a big potential for them to come in and just start clearing. But I don't know, man. I mean, look, I'm seeing Termies going down. I mean, what do those Termies do? Those Termies, I think that's a 5-man Termy squad that dropped in to kill 4 guardsmen. I mean, I'm pretty certain it's 4 guardsmen which it killed. I don't know exactly, but there's 4 missing gaps here, and I was seeing some shots coming across here. So over here, there was a lot more damage done, but they're aggressors. So, you know. By the way, all super chats and stuff I'll catch up with on the end, unless there's something particularly that I need to address, obviously, right away. But I want to try and, when there's a sort of a natural bit, maybe I'll do it during the Death Watch player's turn kind of thing. But whilst the guard player's doing so, I'm definitely going to be commenting then I'll say my thank yous and wank people off when we get to a natural point where it might, where it will make sense. So thank you for all your support. Thank you for your support, guys. But I don't want to, obviously, we want to be commenting on the game, and I hope you guys understand that. So yeah, my thinking with this situation is the Death Watch basically just lost a Terminator squad. Now I don't know if they're fully gone. I do see a dice up here, but I'm feeling combat ineffective. Once you're down to 1 Termy, yeah, it's still an asset, but it's not. Yeah, that 1 Termy can charge into a bunch of guards, and the guardsman very well may take it out. 2 Termies, I think that the 2 Termies, I think the Termies tie out the guardsman. 1 Termy, 1 wound, I don't think that happens. He just wait. Yeah. So I am obviously these guys. This is round 9 or round 8 or 9. So these guys are going to be playing very, very tired. So there could be some mistakes to be made. But my instinct is that the Death Watch player may have gone a bit hard here, but we will only know after Death Watch turn 2. We'll only know after Death Watch turn 2, because if the Death Watch just don't do enough on their turn 2, I think this game starts getting away from them. It's tricky though. Death Watch don't just have to kill things in. So one of the things that people often underestimate, and I still to myself to this day find myself underestimating this, is just how much spare damage like an army like Marines can do. So is it game 10? It's game 10. It's game 10. Sorry, it just says top of 8 there, so I was going off that. So, what I mean by spare damage is if you've got a unit of intercessors that looks like a shooter unit, right? Normal intercessors, it looks like a shooter unit. But against guard, it's a shooter and a combat unit, because each one of those Marines is doing 2 or 3 attacks on the shooting, and it's doing then 3+ attacks on the combat. So you often find the Marines shoot you, and you're like, I've kind of feel like I've got away with it, and then the Marines charge you, and you're like, I could take it. That's intercessors, and then half your squad disappears, and you're like, oh wait, no, that's intercessors. They're still very much going to beat the crap out of guard, and that's on a low level basis. And we're talking about Death Watch here, which are going to be very much not on a low level basis. They're going to be bringing out veteran kill teams and all sorts of Primaris kill teams and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be interesting. So yeah, the guard have definitely I do feel like the guard have sensed an opportunity here, but it's how much work can they do without lethals? That's the big question. You're not facing last time the guard faced Elder. Last round the guard faced Elder, and they did beat them. But there was a whole bit about getting the 6/6 on the Overwatch with a Catachan squad, and just roasting some howling banshees, 5 howling banshees, and it was okay, yeah, you can do that because you wound them on 3s, right? Even if you get 6/6 against these Terminators or something else, there's a chance you just don't do anything meaningful to them. So, because there's so much just harder to wound and stuff and they've got such a better save. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. Trying to get inside the head of the Death Guard player, I rarely do this because I kind of just focus on my own game. If I try and get inside my opponent's head, I find that I end up just distracting myself. But if I was to say what might be going through the Death Watch player's head is that he just needs to be basically every opportunity he can to just keep beating the shit out of the guard blobs, he has to take it. Because the guard blobs aren't going to be doing as much damage to him as they would be doing lethal hits. And as we've said, like 3 or 4 Marines can still be a real threat to guardsmen. And at the end of the day, even though he's got the bottom of turn, the guard has no indirect fire. Now, I think this would be a very, very different game if the guard had some indirect fire, because you could be, whilst you're dealing with the frontline units, you're also able to start chipping away at the backline units. And that's very, very important. That's very, very important. But there's no indirect fire in this list. You know, maybe he doesn't need it. Absolutely, maybe doesn't need it. I respect that. You know, this guy's, he's in the final of LVO. So, you know, Wesley's in the final of LVO. So he knows what he's doing. He's a very good player. He's a better player than me. You know, I'm definitely being a bit of an armchair general here, backseat driver, as it were. But it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. I haven't got a link to the list, Mike, unfortunately. I think they were shown off at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. So the Deathwatch player's gone in hard, and the guard player, and that looked like a mistake to me. But the guard player's going in hard, but I'm not seeing a huge amount of damage. So it could be that the Deathwatch gamble pays off. It could be. If I was to say there's one mistake that's been made by the guard player, it's positioning on these blobs. So this is the terrible thing about movement trays. And especially when you're on round 10, it's just easier. You're just tired. So you're like, I'm not going to mess about. I'm going to keep my guys' movement trays. But if you look back at those, you know, if you look back at the blobs that were sort of over here, you could see that there wasn't one unit and then the next unit. There were basically 2 units. Near as damn it, there was no screening there. So there is an opportunity for the Deathwatch to basically hit both of those potentially. Yeah, there is potentially opportunity for that. So that could be a mistake on the guard player's part. And obviously it'll come down to what the Deathwatch have to hit with. But my suspicion is going to be that the Deathwatch have come in, they brutalize the right flank, and the Horsies are going to come in and try and counterpunch. And then we get to Deathwatch turn 2 and we see if there's a counter attack. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. I am very curious to see. You can see down here. I like this tactical map, by the way. Live tactical map. Love this. Very old white dwarf-esque. You can see the guard blob pushed out here. 2 guard blobs pushed out here. And guard blob pushed out here and getting cavalry pushed down here. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I really like that. So, it's going to be, I'm very curious to see how this ends up playing out. I still think we're in the guard player's turn. It's probably worth just checking in with the announcers for a moment.
So that is 180 wounds right there. It's got to be close to 300. It has to be up there, up close to 300.
Oh, they talk about the number of wounds in the guard list. Wounds means so little, though.
Look at them all. Yeah.
Wounds.
Casualties that have been taken. Yep.
Wounds mean so little. I've run literally 300 wound lists and been tabled. It's such a misconception that you can bring more bodies than they have bullets. Such a misconception. I've been playing, and this has been true since 7th edition. You cannot bring more. You cannot bring more bodies than they have bullets. Especially not against Marine style lists, because they've got bullets and they've got blades.
We've seen this before, you know, players getting to the point where they have to use unorthodox tactics to affect a victory. You know, Scurry had that happen in his game against Ben in the shadow round, where he was able to actually use the blitz movement on his solitaire to block out a knight from taking an objective. Not the ideal usage for the blitz move to move that, you know, 3D,
okay.
4D6 across the board, whatever.
Have we handed over to the Deathwatch? We can't be over to Deathwatch already.
Sometimes these players have to find that stratagem. They might not
Okay,
be
they're
able to
just
fare enough
they
on
are
it,
literally
you
just
know,
chatting shit. These
sometimes-
announcers, not shitting on them, but they're chatting shit. All right, I think we're still in guard player turn because I'm not seeing the Death Watch guy moving any models around. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of dice being rolled. This is what I was worried. Oh, 1 minute. Have all those aggressors gone? Oh, okay. Unless there's a reactive move strat I'm not aware of, all of those aggressors do seem to have gone. What the fuck could have possibly killed them? They must have had something that's pulled them up. Maybe it's a cheeky trick they've got. But I'm pretty certain there was some aggressors down here. There's lots of aggressors down here. And I'm very curious to see what could possibly have got those aggressors when the only thing facing them is the horsey boys. So we'll see. We'll see. Apparently it's two 10-man horse squads, which is very, very interesting. I do think guard cavalry lists have some real spice. Yeah, I do think they do. By the way, I want to actually say a personal thank you to Wesley, because seeing this list is actually getting my juices going, and it's getting my 40k juices going. You know, it's I do feel like I've been. I mean, it's no joke that I've been in no joke and no secret that I've been in a bit of a funk. And seeing a list like this, even if whether he wins, whether he loses, seeing a list like this definitely makes me want to break out my own infantry guard again. So. Yeah, and it may very well be that the horses are the key to the whole situation, because they have lance on those metal things, so they're wounding on 4s a lot of the time, or better. Yeah. So, I am a little curious to see where those aggressors went. Maybe they just died. To be fair though, even if they have died, I can only presume that was expected. I can only presume. Death Watch starts teleportation unless the guy teleported them to hell with Melt and Fire. Yeah, maybe. Even if they have gone, as the Death Watch player, you have to presume that they're gonna die, whether it's the charge or not. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not overly familiar with Death Watch. I probably know about as much as you guys do. I mean, they're a very niche faction. Yeah. The horse is very important for his damage because they have such good striking range. Yeah, because they go 12 and then they can potentially charge 12, and it's definitely a blind spot of mine. You know, one of the things that you must always do as a tabletop wargamer is acknowledge your biases and your blind spots. And I just love the infantry corps. It's not the cavalry corps, it's the infantry corps. So I always, anytime I could choose between infantry and cavalry, I'm going to take infantry, and that's a fault. That is absolutely a fault. No doubt about that whatsoever. It's absolutely a fault of mine. But I don't know what it is, man. Like, just fucking love that cavalry. I just love that infantry. Yeah. As cooler, teleporting Gravis blobs is what devils do. I'm telling you right now, I'm just gonna tell you right now, if that Gravis unit has teleported away, this is real. I personally feel this must be very, very, very bad news for the guard. Because if the horses now charge up here, they're going to get absolutely filled in and this flank collapses. Just like that. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. So it'll be interesting. Swordsmith with 87, our resident competitive player. I mean, I like to think I'm a competitive player, but he actually plays armies other than guard. And he's actually plugged into what other armies do. Whereas I'm very much like, I know what guard does, and that's my wheelhouse. Yeah. So the cavalry has charged in. They've charged in. They've made it up here. Very, very good. Look at this, though. If we may just say, we are not even through turn 2 yet, and we're looking at a lot of time being gone on these clocks. If I may, and I promise I won't make this the focus of the commentary, but 40k is a game that takes an incredibly long amount of time to play in the early game. And when you're at a tournament, you absolutely have to take that into account. You absolutely have to take that into account, because you will find yourself, you know, people go to tournaments thinking, oh, I'll use 50 minutes per turn or 20 minutes per turn. You will use 40 minutes in your first turn if you're not careful. Yeah. Defiant, so Deathwatch can teleport 20 Gravis Marines into your face turn 1, which strengths 7 8 minus 2 damage to every bolters with lethal stains to double oath the moment they rock. Wow. This feels I don't know. I don't know. I'm not liking these I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll tell you what I'm not liking. There's 2 units. Let me turn my face off for 1 second, right? Right. Look at all this shit that's hiding back here, man. Look at all this shit that's hiding back here. There's at least 2 more waves here. There's 1 here and there's 1 here. I am not liking the way that these units are layering. These units are layering. Yeah, I am. I'm concerned. I'm concerned for the guard left flank, because from his perspective, it's going to be. From his perspective, it's going to be the left flank. I am concerned about that. I'm not going to lie. I'm concerned about the guard. From his perspective, it's it's the left flank. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Still seems to be the guard. Yeah. All right. Tiki, thank you for support. I'm keeping support short and sweet tonight. What kind of weirdo streams late at night? I wasn't planning on doing it. I was not planning on doing this, guys. But I started watching. Do you know what it is? This is the first game of competitive Warhammer that I've watched that actually looks like it's going to be fun to watch. Yeah. Okay, I was worried about this. I was worried about this. So, heroic intervention. I don't know, guys. I don't know. If I was Wesley now, I'd be sweating bullets. I'd be sweating. So he's just had heroic intervention used against him by this Deathwatch blob here, and that could be it. That's so much. I mean, this guy. I guess there's a lot of consolidation that could happen here. I'm guessing there's a lot of consolidation that could happen here. Are these guardsmen charging in? What is going on? What is going on? What the fuck, man? I mean, I guess those must be some kind of Gravis or Terminator Marine. Oh man. No, you can only reinforce infantry now, I believe. I think it's only regiment infantry. I can always check. Yeah. I don't know. These guardsmen charging in. I mean, sure they'll tie the Deathwatch up for a turn, but they're just gonna. All you're doing is getting close. I know there's 10 more horses in reserve. That's very true. That's very, very true. Okay, this is very, very. Hey, look, it's final round of LVO. You don't get to be a world champion by being a little pussy-o bitch. I mean, I guess that's the name. I guess that's the name of the game, right? Let me sort this camera out. Yeah, you don't get to be a world champion by being a little pussy-o bitch, boys. There's no reinforcements at RECON. Great point, Mad Larkin. There's no reinforcements. Yeah. Atlas Nemo has 10 horses. Is that what his name is? Nickname is Nemo, is it? 10 horses, 500 points of dues in reserve. Still Element Glory. I don't like putting things in reserves. That doesn't fill me with confidence. I tried it a lot. I've tried it many times, and maybe it gets the board a bit further. I don't know if it does. Do you think the man who bought Recon to guard to an LVO? Oh, I think he's got the stones. I think he's got the cojones. I think he does. It's just, he's making me nervous, man. He's making me nervous. Like, it's beautiful to watch, and forward, you dogs, to victory! I am learning so much from this game, and it's getting my juices going, and I love it. And I'm commenting very much, I think, from the watcher's perspective. You know, I'm warming back up after a 3 months, after 3 month hiatus. You know, I'm warming back up. Yeah. I'm warming back up, but I'm not gonna lie, boys. I'm scared for the guard. Maybe he overwhelms this, but there's no reinforcements in here, and he's getting mighty close. I see a Thunderhammer here. You guys might not see it, but I see a Thunderhammer. There are Thunderhammers in this unit. That is a Deathwatch veteran unit, which feels like it's loaded up with fucking choppy. And I'm getting He has a reactive move, though. So if the Deathwatch come in here, he can reactive move away. Oh, that could be big. Come on. Ooh, and it does look like the Heroic Intervention unit may have bitten off more than it could chew. It does look like it might be biting off more. It might be more. It's heroically intervened, and I'm seeing a lot less bozos. There. Tuesday's Avenger, thank you for super chat, man. I cannot spare this man. He fights. Me watching someone bayonet charging guard into Marines. Yes, I love it. Cosmic Jew, he could not stay away. Glory to the first man. I can't stay away, man. When I see something like this is a once in a lifetime. This very well, you may never see this again. I kid you not, the way hordes are going. And guys, after this event, Recon Guard will get nerfed. Let's be real here. Even if Wesley doesn't, or Nemo doesn't manage to win, I mean, I hope he does. If he wins, Recon Guard, if he wins, you'll wake up on Monday morning with Recon Guard being nerfed. Okay, that might actually happen. Even if he loses, Recon Guard are getting nerfed. GW does not suffer horde armies to live, and does not suffer horde armies to live, and I think that could be a situation. Yeah, that could be a situation we're going to have to come to terms with. But hey, if you I don't know, next year, 11th edition. Do we think that Deathwatch and Pure Infantry Guard are going to be meta? Yeah. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Maybe not. This very well may be the only time in living memory. This may be the only time in Warhammer history where you see at the biggest event of the year, Guard versus Deathwatch, Pure Infantry Guard at that. Yeah. What's the bet? I think they'll put. If they do nerf it, I think they'll put every infantry squad up to the same cost as Death Corps Krieg. Everyone goes up to 145 points, and they'll make the 10-man squads like 70 points. Just that they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it, boys. It's gonna be a 150 point increase on the army. Yeah. Deathwatch. Yeah, Deathwatch. Damn Legion. Deathwatch isn't gonna get nerfed. They're just gonna get squatted. They're not gonna be there next year because they won't exist. Big sad, but true. Tuesday's Avenger. Ride for Ruin and the edition's ending. Come on. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing going out. This isn't flying. This is falling with style. That's actually very true for what might happen here today. Pure Infantry Guard won't be flying. It'll be falling in style. Yeah. Death. Harfin, thank you for super chat. Hello, lads. Live's fuck. Dawn of War tomorrow, anyone? I mean, I won't be able to play Dawn of War, but feel free to do some in the Discord. And I'm keeping things short, Harfin, but I am sad to hear that life's going a bit fucky for you, mate. Saul Rothman, thank you for coming to a member. Solaris, thank you for the gift of membership. Russ W, thank you for the gift of membership. And Mark Telebland, thank you for the 5 gift of memberships, man. Style, amazing. All right, that's all support. Let's keep an eye on what's going on here. So, Guard is getting whittled over here, but they have done some good clearing on this flank. So if those Gravis Marines come back in next turn, I think this gets cleared. Truthfully, if they didn't, I don't know what could have killed them. I genuinely don't know what could have killed them, but maybe I missed something. So if those Gravis Marines come back in and then these guys move up, even with a reactor move, I think all of this goes away or gets combat affected, which is not ideal. And then over here, look over here. The guard hasn't moved up the board all that much. And you've got to remember the guard is not going first. The guard's not going second, it's going first, so. We've had area denial and secure no man's land. Too good to start, but they're gone now. Deathwatch players keeping up in points. And he's had a tempting target. And he's had Storm Hostile. I think the guard players had better secondaries so far. That's not a good thing because it can flip at the end. I love it, 40k Christian. I love it. The guardsmen behind the wall can still hold the objective. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just worried what happens. The guard probably aren't going to hold that objective by the end of the turn, by the end of the Deathwatch turn. I don't think they'll hold any of the objectives. Maybe they get 5. Maybe. It's very, this is actually a, do you know what? This is Warhammer. This is fucking Warhammer, man. Like, there's actual back and forth. There's actual stakes. There's actual tension. And if I may say, this is I think the beauty of having something like a Horde army in the game. I know I've been wanking Horde armies off a lot recently, and I always will do. But I think this is the beauty of having Horde armies in the game. It keeps things tight because there's, at least from a visual point, because there's always more bodies that can be thrown in. There's always things that can be happening. I think this is going to be a genuinely interesting game. But we won't know until Deathwatch turn 2 is over. That's the biggie. And when the horses are gone, the guard army runs out of steam. Yeah. The punch is in the horses. Of course, he could rapid ingress the horses in and then start galloping up, that, which is very, very effective. One thing I want to talk about is the terrain. God, you Americans have no idea how lucky you are to play on the terrain you play on. American guard players, you've no idea how lucky you are to play on that terrain. This is the fact that, so when I say it, what I mean is that if this was WTC, this entire bit would be completely sealed up. Like, there's not this like, oh, you're on it, see past the corner, or anything like that. Oh, you're on it, see past the corner. It's just it's goddamn Rattenkrieg. WTC, goddamn Rattenkrieg. No, I think guard has got top of it. I don't think Deathwatch have had their turn 2 yet. They had a graphic before and it said like bottom of turn, and it was over the Deathwatch side of things. So we're on Deathwatch turn 2 now. Okay, this is it. We're on Deathwatch turn 2. This is. It's not make or break per se, but yeah, look, it's or does guard have bottom of 2? If guard has bottom of turn, this completely changes everything. It does look like guard has bottom of turn. Oh, okay, this changes everything. Okay, so that is why the Deathwatch player had to be so aggressive. So this is the term. Okay. This is the term. So guard getting bottom of turn gives guard a big advantage in this game. If this was a total watch, so apologies for that, guys. I think I did basically start watching this. After the first turn or so had gone. So if this was a total war battle meter, I'd give this, total war battle meter, I'd have the yellow line now in favor of the guard. I think 60% in favor of guard. If I was given odds, I'd say 60% in favor of guard winning this now. It will depend on what this turn 3 does. It will massively depend on what this turn 3 does. You know what? The guard might not be able to do the reactive move. Yeah, Mad Larkin. Guys, if anyone says it's top of 3 in chat again, I am going to ban them because I've already said I understand it's the top of 3. Yeah. So this is the guard reactive move is over here. So this is why he did the heroic intervention. So they did the heroic intervention over here so that these guys can't reactive move. I think that has to spell the death. And he's used reactive move now. He's used it. Reactive move is done. So now everything from here on the Death Watch comes out. All of it. It comes out. He can fall back where he wants. And here you go. Here you go. You can see it. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know. No, it swung back. I'm 50-50 again now. Kinetic Mark, thank you for Super Chat turn 3. God damn it. I'm back on 50-50. This all dies now. All of it. And yes, the guard has reserves and even has strategic reserves, but I think they're probably going to get screened out by this stuff and over here. So this back objective is not going to be threatened. Guard won't have the movement to get up there. This all gets cleared very easily. This all gets cleared very easily. Yeah. It's not the Litfire General, it's not the Deathwatch player moving his models, it's the fact that the reactive move from the guard player is used here, and that it makes sense. The heroic intervention here makes so much more sense now. So much more sense. So he can basically move up, then he can charge, bunch of free movement everywhere he wants, sweep and clear through here, and yeah. That's a big. There's still stuff in reserve, though. There's still stuff in reserve. Apparently, there's a unit of horses, 10 horses, and 500 points in strategic reserve. And 500 points in reserve could be a blob or two of guardsmen. This is interesting what's happening up here. Deathwatch being quite slow, but see this. So again, I have to point this out. Right? The big difference between the terrain I play on and the terrain you play on is you guys can see out here. When I play on my WTC terrain, you see this like square? That's the ruin. There's a wall that goes all the way up to here, and the wall goes all the way up to here. Now, if that was the case here, then none of these Marines would be able to shoot because this wall would be blocking all of their line of sight. But because you're playing on GW and on this terrain specifically, this wall is not blocking this. The Marines move onto this ruin and they can see out into the guardsmen. And that's just shreddification. That's absolute shreddification for the guard. So that's a little squeaky bum time. That is a little squeaky bum time. For sure. Simon, thank you for super chat. GW server prize. I moved to Conflict 47. Yes, mate. Yes. I was I want to say something, by the way. Quick. Can't have a Mordi stream without me wanking off K47. 30 seconds. Not even 30 seconds. 10 seconds. I played a battle report with Mordi Bro yesterday. Recorded it. I'm saying conflict confirmed. Conflict confirmed. Conflict confirmed. Talzon, thank you for the 18 months. Wife and a baby. Boobs are huge. It's pretty neat. Nice. Nice. Can we get a nice in the chat for Talzon and his missus's big mummy milkers? Welky shitpost. Suffer not the guard horde, the mutants, and the heretic horde. Wrong place, I know, but I gotta ask, how is the custom detachment list going? I'm gonna make a video on it, but I haven't done any. Since I last streamed, I haven't done any work. I've had a few days off, so yeah, it was nice. My days, I really enjoy my days off. Do you want to do with my days off? I painted 30 great swords whilst watching Star Trek Voyager. I know Voyager of all, but I just had a feeling for it. And then I did a battle report yesterday with my brother, and it was amazing. First one we've done in over a year, and we're doing them every 2 weeks now. We're absolutely hooked. And then I was at a tournament today, Old World, and it was a chill tournament because I didn't win any games. It's been a long time since the video event not won any games, but I did get best painted. I didn't lose every game. I did get a draw. So I did get best painted. So that's 3 best painted awards I've got now with the same army, with different models in the army each time. Zealot Yellow is an award-winning paint. There you are. So there you go. Cosmic, if only it's Cosmic Super Chat. If only he had some wyverns. 5th at LVO, 6 at LVO. But I know what you're saying. Oh, here we go. We get the sponsorship. So shout out to NJM Markov Frizzodi. I've no idea what I'm presuming this guy's some kind of commission painter. Beautiful model. It's not my sponsorship or anything, but we might as well shout this guy out. He's plying his trade. It's a big shout out to him. If you liked what he did, check him out. There we go. You are correct, Drex. You are correct. So a typical 1250 point bot action army will have about 18 dice. A typical 1250 point conflict army will have 7 to 8 dice. So you'll massively outnumber the conflict guys, but you'll need those numbers. It's pretty balanced. All right. So look at this Deathwatch aggression. I have to say, this is a trait. This is a really, really important trait you guys all need to be picking up at. Look at the aggression with which the Deathwatch player is moving. Look at the aggression. He's not being timid. He's not fucking about. He's going balls deep. And this is a trait that a lot of new players struggle with at first. And they have, some people have it naturally. Some people have to fake it till they make it. But you need speed, violence, momentum. It's one of the things that actually often holds guard back unless you bring things like Bulgrin and cavalry, because guard infantry can't really charge and tie things up all that much anymore. I mean, they can do a little bit here and there, but typically they just get brushed aside through a matchsticks. Having units like Bulgrin and cavalry, or sufficiently big, thick bricks of infantry, can potentially allow you to move, shoot, and attack, and just be generally aggressive in your mindset and movements. But often it feels like guard moves up and then stops, and that's what a lot of players do, and what a good tournament player does is move, shoot, and then keeps going, and they push past the objectives as well. Christopher thinks the reserves are coming too late. What, for the guard? I think that could be a risk. I think that could be a risk here. Who won LGT, by the way? It was Chaos, wasn't it? Warp Talons. I mean, so one of the advantages. Well, this is the Deathwatch player's turn right now, so we're just watching the Deathwatch player just pick up copious amounts of guardsmen. I tell you what's interesting. That aggressor blob didn't come back in for the Deathwatch. Either it's dead, or because he's picked up mid-turn. Mid-game, he doesn't feel the need to bring it in yet. Now that it very well may be dead. I'll be curious to know what killed it. But if it's not dead, and that's going to be a late game, that he might have not brought it in on purpose to go for a late game counterpunch. We'll have to find out. Yeah, we'll have to find out. But one of the great things that's worth highlighting about 10th edition is whilst internal balance within factions can feel very very rough. There's definitely some internal balance issues. The fact that last week we had LGT, another massive event, I think equal biggest event, because I like to have the biggest event in America and the biggest event in Europe, because it's two very different, it's two big places, and so they are. So this is the biggest event in America, and LGT is the biggest event in Europe. It's interesting that we had like Chaos with Warp Talons win LGT, and then whoever wins this is going to be a wild card. So 40k 10th edition is doing a great job in terms of, hey, any faction has a chance of going all the way. Yes, even you, AdMech, maybe not you agents, but you're not a real faction. Sorry, it's not your fault. You got rug pulled, but there you go. But the point is, you should be a real faction. But anyway, the point is that we are in a place now where any faction has a chance to go for the gold. The problem, I think, is there's been a lot has been sacrificed to get us here. A lot has been sacrificed. And whilst I will look back on 10th edition with, I would say overall, I'd look back on 10th edition with some positivity. It's definitely, only time will tell whether the sacrifice that was made to get us where we are is it's going to be worth it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It will be interesting to see if losing so many units from so many factions will be worth it. But I think GW is turning things around. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there has been, in the wake of the drama around the Dark Elder Codex the Dark Elder now having less units than the Leagues of Votan. In the wake of that, it does look like GW has been releasing a flurry of models. And yes, they've all been Space Marines, but I think GW is making up for some lost Space Marine sales in Heresy. And I think they're also, it's this. They always, if anyone's going to get the new goodies first, it's going to be Marines. Going back to the game, this is bad. Oh no! Oh no! This Rough Rider right here has fucked every single one of his fellows. Because every single one of these Deathwatch guys can basically wail on this Rough Rider, and they can, and those wounds, they don't just kill him; those wounds ripple through the squad. Yeah, and plastic stealth suits. Can I say, as a stealth suit fan, the new stealth suits still aren't as good as the original XV15s. Okay, like come on, they're not. They've still got the weird faces, but they're a lot better than the XV25s. They're a lot better. So, yeah, they are a lot better. So, it's a step in the right direction. Hey, last few releases for Tau, we've had new Vespids, new Kroot, new stealth suits. It is weird, though. GW... Well, no, it's interesting. It's like Games Workshop, for some factions, just doesn't give them any... new units. They just give them like remastered units. Like Votan have had all of the new units. Everyone else has had remastered units, basically. Yeah. Yeah. Swords and Smith, the best Chaos model this edition is 30k Saturnine Predator. Yeah. The cowardly backdoor strike on the Chivalrous Steeds. I know, man. I know. I actually saw at the tournament I was at today, Bretonnians, speaking of Chivalrous Steed, Bretonnians won it. And it was with a very reasonable Bretonnian list. You know, there were Knights of the Realm on foot, but there were a lot of Pegasus Knights. This guy was pegging people. He was pegging them hard. I've been playing too much Conflict 47 and bought action, though. I had one of my Empire State Troop units march up behind a steam tank, and I was like, get behind the armor. I didn't win that game. In that game, I didn't kill a single enemy model. I mean, I killed them, but they were undead, so they kept coming back. I had a rough day today on the tournament front, boys. I had a rough day, but you know, it's Old World, so it's my off game, so it's like there's zero pressure. But to be fair, I've become so much. 2025, I put so much pressure on myself to do well, and I've sort of it was a phase. I went through very much a meta phase, and I'm coming out the other side now, and I think playing games like Old World and Conflict 47 and stuff has really reset my brain. I want to win, but on my terms. That's what I want to do, and I don't want to lose on my terms as well. Oh, here they go. Oh, it's absolute butchery. Yeah. There was no surprises there, and there's no reinforcements because this isn't combined arms, and now the Death Watch are getting on to the objective. Oh man, oh there's a judge coming over. I don't think it's anything major. Can you imagine if Guard won? Congratulations, your victory via disqualification. James Homer, hi Mo, did you enjoy your holiday? Did you get much? Painted 30 great swords. Filmed the first battle report that in over a year of my brother of Conflict 47 and got him fully conflict pilled. Went to a chill Old World tournament and got a draw and 2 losses. So the draw was a win by, I thought it was a win because I won by 150 points, but it turns out in match play you have to win by 300. So it was a draw. But got best painted. So every single day of my holiday has been a win. Every single day. Every single day has been a win. Painting, win. Conflict, win. Best painted, win. Done.
You heard me. Said green.
Yeah. Man. I'm worried for the Guard now. I think it's the Death Watch go turn.
Backbone of the Guard, ready to serve.
It's the Death Watch go turn, and I'm 50-50. Guard's got bottom of turn. Guard has got bottom of turn. I'm 50-50. Guard got bottom of turn. Yeah, they ate those horses. Yeah. So, as I did say, see, I did make a good prediction. I've not lost my edge completely. I said that this flank was gonna. I said that this was gonna go badly for the Guard, and it went badly for the Guard. That's basically full platoon wiped out, plus Horsey Blob wiped out, and Deathwatch on that objective. And then this blob's going to get wiped out now. And bottom of Deathwatch turn 3. All of this Guard is basically cleared. All of the meaningful Guard is cleared. You know, there's some scraplets running around, but unlike other factions, our scraplets often end up just, not doing a huge amount. It's still assets, might help you with a cheeky action monkey if you pass your battle shock and all that kind of stuff, but yeah. So all this dies, and the question is there enough Guard here plus reserves to do the fight back? I hope so. But 40k is a game where there's no uncertainty. Everyone's, Look at these rerolls getting picked up. Yeah. I tell you what, though. Look at the clock. I told you. People think that that Horde armies time out. It's the people that play into the Horde armies that time out. It is so unbelievably easy to weaponize a clock as a Horde player. So easy. So easy. It's you have to stop yourself from doing it because you don't want to be an absolute turbo cunt. But yeah, it's so easy. Just make the person time out because what will happen at some point in the game, they're gonna go, oh, you want to take those units models off, and you go, no, roll it out. I'm like, oh, but we know they're all gonna die. Yeah, but I don't have to. I'm not gonna take my models off without you rolling your dice. Rolling every attack. It's like, yeah, you better roll it. You better roll it. Yeah. They have to shoot everything and do melee attack. I feel like they have to. Exactly. Yeah. Guard, look at this Horde player, man. Look at this guard player. He's got plenty of time left on the clock. Deathwatch player has got basically 10 minutes per turn. Not including, if he gets the rest of his turn done in 2 minutes, he has got 10 minutes per turn. What's the point if we don't roll it? Exactly. But that, again, no, because it's sportsmanship at the end of the day. You know, it's sportsmanship. And we're playing toy soldiers. And there's no money involved, really. So how you win is, you know, if there's like $1 million or £1 million involved to win a 40k tournament, then yeah, you know, fucking, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. There's real money involved. But you know, don't cheat, obviously, but there's real money involved. But when no one is winning anything but street cred, it's basically like it's like Ender's Game. How we win is what matters. Yeah. And Andrew, thank God we might lose here. Maybe we don't want to get nerfed. Can't stand having to adjust my armies in casual play because there's no separating point got in casual competitive. Yeah. Okay, all those remaining guard models got swept off that objective. There must have been some Marines still in the fight. I don't know. Come on, guard. Oh yeah, come on, guard. You could bet anything. You can. I mean, by the way, be gamble aware, or if you're in a country which makes gambling illegal, don't gamble. In the UK, it's one of the funny things about the UK, which I never realised was so different to other countries, is gambling is everywhere in the UK. Every street there is a Betfred. Yeah. Just is. That's the way it is. Yeah. What have we got? Tiki, thank you for super chat. Short video about of all Evil Sons of the Tower Trees discussion. I'll have to watch that after this, mate. I appreciate you. You're like, fuck this fuck the world finals. Watch my VAR report. That's it's a bold maneuver, and that's why I love you. But well, I will have to watch that after this one. Simon V77, thank you for super chat, man. More, do you ever paint all your epic Napoleonics? Yeah, totally. As far as you're concerned, everyone's painted. Simon V77, thank you for the super man. More, do you ever play Killzone on PS3? I'm basing my complete army on the colours for Killzone with some extra flavour. I'm going to add as many wells. I did play Killzone. It's an amazing game. I played it on I played the first and the second one, and thought they were great. Having a Killzone inspired conflict army is perfect. It's exactly what the setting allows and is encouraging. So yeah, there you go. Revenga, thank you for super chat, man. Even after 95% loss of models, guy can still win. Yeah. No, every army can. Everyone can. By the way, I'm being very quick with the super chats. Normally I'm a lot more in depth than these, but we're trying to keep obviously commentary on the video, so I hope you guys understand that. But I'm trying to give short, sharp, yet proper answers rather than waffling. Okay, we are. Is it guard turn yet? I think we're in guard. It's getting there. We must be getting to guard turn 3 soon. I feel like orders are popping off. What do you guys think? Yeah, here we go. Okay. The Death Watch have gone all in. Let's assess the Death Watch turn for a moment. The Guard are on no primaries. They've swept the right flank. They've secured the center. And they have kept the Guard off the north objective. I swear to God, these Death Watch units are just disappearing. There was a Death Watch squad that was down here that's disappeared now. I don't know. Death Watch Gota did not stop Guard from scoring big there. That's true. Guard are on 42 points. I think this could be it. All of these Guard are going to come out now. He could do it. I think the Guard are about to hit back harder. The Guard gets hit hard, but we hit back even harder. They got legends mid-game. This could be it. Hoorah! Come on, boys. Come on. Why is he not moving these boys up? I'm so confused. If you're going to go... well, no, I suppose you want the fire support, but you want to have them ready for a move or something. Yeah, okay. For future turn. Yeah. Come on. But there's not that many lethals. There's no lethals. There's no lethals. The Guard are doing nothing down here. There's no rapid ingress. People are saying there's Guards in reserve. Okay, so people are saying there's Guards in reserve. Where is it? Did he just forget to bring his... Okay, I don't think he would have forgot to bring his reserves in. But I'm just saying... There's maybe 10 horses in reserve. Could be big if they come in at the right time. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Oh. Is he getting overwatched? He may be getting overwatched. Good point. He may be getting overwatched. I think he's getting overwatched. Good shout. Good shout, Mad Larkin. The Guard is ahead on points. How did he get what were we playing? Linchpin. How did the guard get 13 points on linchpin? I don't think anyone from the guard is holding this objective. I didn't think anyone from the guard was holding this objective. Maybe he was towed on. Maybe he was towed on. But that wouldn't have been enough. I don't know. I thought it was 3. I don't know. Maybe it's more points for holding middle ones than I'm expecting, but yeah. I just don't see any guard models physically on the objective. Cadians, there's no one there. You can't sticky something if you're dead. Did he res onto both? In the center? Did he have more OC in the center? Okay. I can see him. This one I see. These two. I don't know. I'm ignoring the GW announcers, by the way. They're just saying shit. And they're saying shit that's wrong. Like, oh, I would never want to paint 200 guardsmen. That's the best bit. Yeah, no, I mean, we'll have to... I mean, I can have a quick look now. Just quickly. Go back a smidge. How the fuck did he get 13 for that? Unless I don't know how linchpin works. But this is at the start, right? Yeah, no, I'm like, I don't understand what's gone on here, because I can see the guard holding that objective, but there's no guards with models on here. There's no way that can be sticky. There's no guard models on here. He's holding this one and this one. Maybe I don't physically understand how scoring works, and maybe it's changed. I don't know. But I figured for you to get 13 fucking primary points, you'd have... No, that one, that he's moved that, Joseph Christ, he's moved that one on. Look, he's moved that. So if you go back to... This is basically... So that's the guard turn. So if we go back to end of Death Watch turn... So that's the end of Death Watch turn there, basically. So I don't see enough guard models on there to out-OC all that. I don't know. There's no guard on there. He got home, top middle. How did he get middle? How? Is it this guy? Is it these guys here? Is it these guys here? I mean, I'm sure he did. Ah, right. Ah. So he rezzed them there. So is that really... Ah, duty and honor. 90C, baby. It's 90C. Ah. Okay, yeah, that's big. Okay. Okay, that's how I did it. I believe... Okay, let me make something clear. I believed that it had happened. I wasn't saying that, oh my God, they made a mistake. No, the judges would catch it. What I was saying was like, how did they manage that? Command squad, duty and honor. Maybe duty and honor, but yeah, command. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I mean, that could be it. That might be all it takes. I'm being real with you boys, though. I ain't seeing... I love this tactical map in the bottom, by the way. Best bit. That tactical map really makes you feel like there's a lot of guard stuff on the board. When you look at it. Look at... It's in the bottom right. It's in the bottom right. Look at that tactical map. Yeah. That looks like a guard offensive pushing forward. Yeah. And the total war meter is 60% in favor of guard again. I'll tell you one thing though. I'm not seeing these 10 horses that are apparently in reserve. And I'm not seeing this extra 500 points of guards in which is in reserve. Oh, yep. And these are all dying. I think guards getting this. Because look, in the first couple of turns, the guardsmen struggled to do damage because they were fighting a lot of Terminators, but the Terminators are gone now. I knew the Deathwatch player had overcommitted. I knew it. Oh man. I think the guard. I'm. Horses can be saved to a later date, but if he has any other reserves, those can't come in past turn 3 because I'm pretty certain it's just the horses that can do the off the board and then on again, uppy downy. It's not quite uppy downy; it's sidey backy. Yeah. The horses are great. I fully believe the horses exist. How the heck did he kill those Gravis? I think he just fucked them with a lot of Krieg Plasma and Melter. I feel like the grand offensive is here now. The big push. This is the big push. Yeah. I'm so ready for Guard to win LVO. I'm so ready, boys. I'm so ready for it. Let's see what happens. I feel like could victory still be snatched away from us at this time? I wonder if both players have got something in reserve. Because there was that Gravis unit that mysteriously disappeared. But yeah. I think if I was to make an observation, I don't think the Deathwatch player did very good force concentration. We'll see. We'll see. But I don't think the Deathwatch player did very good force concentration. Yeah. But we'll see. Bro Lich did a Halo. Welky shitpost. Thank you for super chat, man. Bro Lich did a Halo Wars all units and selected the enemy team. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I love that. It's like Helldivers dropping. Yeah. Or Hell Jumpers. I don't know. I feel like there must. I feel like there must be some Deathwatch in reserve. Deathwatch player F2A moved his Marines. Yeah. It was a good turn for the Deathwatch, but there just seems to be a lot of guardsmen knocking about. And it's a lot of infantry. Not for the guard, for the Deathwatch. And that's better. It's a lot of infantry and it's a lot of shooting. From the Deathwatch. Yeah. I don't think it's over yet. In chats, there's a lot of grumbling about Tower, SMS, Deathwatch shooting, and guard shamelessly using their troop choices. My theory is it's close combat army players whining. Close combat army players are honestly the reason WTC terrain is the way it is because of close combat. It's because meta chasers like close combat armies because they're like extra free movement. It's that simple. There's so many biases. It's just ridiculous. So John Davies, thank you for super chat, man. Second edition, look up Necro squads. But look, I like dwarves. Don't blame me, blame Simon. Also, thank you for the super chat. Firstly, I've logged the squat hate in your salt cast to the charter master for my judgment. Secondly, there's a classic Necro as a white dwarf. Look, I absolutely believe. Look, thank you for the support. I like dwarves. I have a dwarf army. I have nothing against Votan. I have nothing against squats. Simon is just heightist. Okay, he's just heightist. There you go. All right. What have we got? Imploding Rat, thank you for super chat, man. Mordian, has he ever blessed you with the gift of foresight, a horde army in the finals of LVO after yesterday's video? Psych, I'm sure. Send me to the black ships, mate. I always say, send me to the black ships. But I don't think it's over yet. Wait, did all the Deathwatch veterans down here die? What is going on? I need to pay more close attention to these rolls. What the fuck is going on? How did all the Deathwatch veterans that were hidden behind this terrain die? What could even fucking see them? I'm so confused. I mean, yeah, Swords and Smith. I'm very Swords and Smith. I'm very confused. Where there was a unit of Gravis Marines that were down here that disappeared at some point. That there was nothing that had any angles of fire on them, and they disappeared. There's a Deathwatch unit. Do Deathwatch have a stratagem where if you shoot them, they can teleport off the board, or is this guy's fucking plasma gun fire off the fucking chain? Okay. Like, I'm very, 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 like... They have a stratagem of the board. Okay. It must be, right? Apparently this game is being played in a card novel. Oh. The Emperor's placed his hand upon Nemo and anointed him. Yeah. He needs a model. Maybe he's come back as Yarrick. Timers are getting low. Real low. Yeah, they might time out. They can teleport but not react to shots. Is it the end of his turn he teleports? At the end of the end? Yeah, I mean, things are getting deleted. Yeah, look at the live, look at the tactical map, boys. I'll move my cursor out the way. Look at the tactical map. Like, there's a black square in the bottom of the tactical map with a big, like, mark on it. That yellow, orange and yellow mark. I think it's just being destroyed, but I really don't understand the angles. I mean, there were 10 Deathwatch veterans down there. And what, they got hit by 4 plasma guns, 2 melter guns? Like, what is going on? This Deathwatch guy just can't make a fucking save. What is going on? Oh, what the fuck is going on, man? Oh my god. Look at the tactical map. There's nothing left. I've got nothing left. Fucking hell. Whatever dice Nemo/Wesley is using. Whatever dice he is using, I need them dice. I need them dice. I'm not even kidding you, man. Yeah, Castellan gives sustained, but bro, not every unit's got a Castellan. Crazy. Stop. He's already dead. Yeah, man. Pfft. I wish my dice could roll that well. Because you can tell me. Because these Acadians down here, I'm pretty certain. I'm pretty certain these are Kriegers, these Acadians, by the way. Guys, it's a 10-man squad. Okay, no, okay. I am. There's no fields of fire. There's no fields of fire. Because there's no AP boosting because it's recon. This is a 10-man squad. This is a 10-man squad, is it? 10-man squad. 10-man squad. Order here, order here. Cadians. Maybe grenades? But grenades on average kill 1.5 Marines. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. There's nothing left. And the guard have got bottom of turn. Oh my god. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some fucking rolls. This Deathwatch player. I mean, it's over. Motherfucker doesn't need that 15 minutes. He's got a minute per model he's got left on the fucking board. Jesus Christ. There's no angle here because of this piece of terrain and this piece of terrain. How has he killed the land speeder in close combat? Honestly, I feel like I'm watching. I feel like I am watching a. I feel like I'm watching a Gaunt's Ghost novel. You know, in the first Gaunt's Ghost book, when like the Tanith are just slotting Iron Warriors with las guns because they're like, set the las guns to full charge. Boop. One shot, bang, just like kills Iron Warriors. Battle Shock, it failed. The land speeder failed Desperate Escape. Oh my god. The tactical map's turning into a single colour. That's what I just got screwed. Honestly, I don't want to have a win like that happen. It's just not interesting anymore. Could go to bed, MG. You know how this ends. Guard nerf incoming? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. This is the last time. You know what? I was looking forward to using Recon Guard. I don't think it's happening now. I don't think it's happening now. I will say this. I am so like amazed by the level of damage that this army is putting out. Because let me tell you, and there are horses in reserve, I think. There are horses in reserve. I think here they come. It's a rapid ingress. It's a goddamn rapid ingress. It's a goddamn rapid ingress. Oh my god. I mean, I love it. I love to see it. But I have to say, whenever I shoot, do you know what this game has showed me? Do you know what this game has showed me? It has showed me that I am phenomenally unlucky. I'm just used. Is anyone else here just used to like firing a billion shots and like doing no damage in a turn? And statistically, you should have done way more, but you just don't do any. That happens to me every single game. I fired 3 great cannons and a regular cannon and a 4-wound casket of souls today. Didn't kill it. I didn't kill it. Like I'm just like, oh yeah, of course. Of course I didn't do any damage. Of course I didn't do damage. Like, people are like, oh, you're overcommitting a bit to that, to kill that one squad of like 5 intercessors. You're like, no. Statistically, you might think I am. But if I don't put 40 guards into it, I'm not going to kill it. Oh, man. It happens. Yeah. Yeah. 14 lasguns at half range. You got 1 hit for. Yeah, I've had that. Yeah. I mean, my understanding of this game is that there are 2 Deathwatch units left in the game. And one of them, in turn 4, is going to get filled in by Horsecock. Filled in and up by Horsecock. I mean, just concede, bro. Just concede. What are we even doing here? If this was a not live battle report, I would be skipping to the end. I'd be skipping to the end, man. What are we doing? Let's put on a good show. Yeah, fucking peep show. Oh my god. I want to see what these motherfuckers are saying.
Okay. You know, it's about.
I love how the Deathwatch player has got no models on the board and has less time than the guard player. Everything that I have said comes true.
I mean, that battle shock was so big, and the Rough Riders are in. More units in no man's land. He doesn't have enough to score that display of might. No prisoners. It's entirely possible to score a max on no prisoners here.
Love this. Hats off to him for putting a very competitive list together. Not just a competitive list that you're seeing in one game. This list battled through.
Oh yeah.
9 other games against great opponents. Same with Tyler as well. Like, the list is like just come down to this final game, but has battled through many other great lists and great opponents to get to this moment.
Yeah, and then both players.
How the fuck is he going to get max no prisoners? What the fuck are you on?
It's been a ton of fun to watch, and thank you all for being here with us. This has been a really fun match thus far. Very much different than some of our other matches. We've seen some swift and blinding violence. We've seen some wars.
This is the best game of 40k I've seen on a live battle report.
2 go turns apiece.
Yeah.
You know, like they have the layers.
This is the best game I've seen this is the best game I've seen, because it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But they're both. But it was the guys. Look, I know I say a lot of shit, but when have I ever lied to you? When have I ever lied to you? When have I ever been wrong? The guard get hit hard, but we hit back even harder. It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. And that could be true for all the salty things that I've been saying. That could be true for all the salty things I've been saying recently as well. And all the things I've been saying about other games, like Conflict 47 being great and all that kind of stuff. But I've never lied to you, boys. I've never lied to you. You know, all these sayings that I have, all these sayings, they're born over 2 decades. 2 decades of experience with this army, man. More than 21 years with this army. And I'm just saying, like, I was like, when I thought that the Deathwatch player had the bottom of turn, I was like, okay, this is 50-50. The moment I found out the guard player had it, I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, 39-50, and the guard has bottom of turn scoring, and the Deathwatch player has a grand total of 1, 2, 3. Oh, fucking hell, I paused the live stream. Sorry, guys.
Things that we've seen a push.
Just put out those useless commentators. The Deathwatch player has got 5, 6 models, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The Deathwatch player has 60 models left on the board. The guard player has more models in one squad. I tell you what, I thought crazy game. Crazy game. I really do feel so. I really cannot express how mind blown I am by the damage output from this army. I'm not believing my own eyes. Okay, like, I do not believe mine own eyes. All right? I do not believe my own eyes. Woo! Hang on. Hang the fuck on. It ain't ogre till it's ogre. Are we in Deathwatch turn 4 now? It might not be over. It might not. Hang on. Hang the fuck on. It might not be over. Hang the fuck on, boys. If this guy can shoot down here, clear them. Charge here, clear there. Charge here, clear there. That could be 3 blobs gone in a turn. And I'm still... yeah, that could be 3 blobs. It ain't ogre till it's... And another unit's coming in. Another unit's coming in. It ain't over. It ain't over. I mean, it ain't over. And hang the fuck on. Hang the fuck on. Okay, so all 4 of these units could go down. Between shooting and combat, all 4 of these units could go down. Unless we're on charges already. I don't know. I don't know if it's a charge. They've just done moves. Unless he just made a long bomb charge. It might just be that's a long bomb charge. All right, let's have a look. But it looked like he was moving, not charging. It looked like he was moving, not charging. Yeah, look. Look, I think there's... I don't know, boy. I don't know. That was a charge? Are we sure? It was a big charge. If that was a charge, then it's a bit different. I guess we'll find out. This is the thing with Marines. They get to operate in every phase, and Guard only gets to operate in like one phase with it. Every unit operates in every phase. I mean, that's good. Oh. Oh, man. I think it is charges. If that's charges, then the Guard player's fine. If that's charges, the Guard player's fine. It's fine. It's all under control. All under control. Yeah. We've had an aggressive... Yeah, look, he's contacted 2 units here. But I think it's all under control for the Guard. Yeah. He just has to keep pushing the waves forward. Yeah, no one knows what the fuck is happening, even the commentary, yeah. The GW commentators have no idea because no one's mic'd up. Fuck's sake. Is that like one big Giga Squad then? If that's one big Giga Squad, then that makes sense. That's why I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, how's he gone from like... that must be a 2-inch gap there, or intention of a 2-inch gap. 4 minutes left on the clock. He gets a nice 5-minute turn. Well, probably after with saves, 3-minute turn 5. And the Guard player, he's just rolling. The Guard, look at this again. Look at this. The Horde player has got 16 minutes. He's chilling. Look at the score. 44-71. It's over, boys. It's over. It's over. It's over. Yeah. Yeah, it's over, man. It's over. Literally, guard. I don't think they could, with bottom of turn scoring, I don't think they can lose it. I don't think they can lose it, in my opinion. Shake it out. Down to the pub for a pint. There you go. Your men are fleeing, my lord. A shameful display. doing the old Total War announcer. Peck Morning eats crow a week after saying Horde Army suck. That's not, but yes. But if you go back and watch my video carefully, I specifically say some interesting things are happening with Recon Guard. So actually, go fuck yourself. I was right. See, you should listen. I choose my words very carefully sometimes. I always leave. You see, the thing is, here's the thing. I play both sides. That way, I always come out on top. Oh, man. I won't take that personally, X. It's fine. Oh, my God. Okay, let's have a look. Fuck off, you stupid card game. Litfire General, thank you for the super chat. The guard gets hit hard. It's true. And Cosmic, the guard hits back even harder. It's true. Oh, my God. Litfire General, Thaden King stands alone. Not alone. The Rough Rider's coming in. Cosmic, grab his dice and twist it. The old dice twist. Love it. Age of Station, reject the meta, embrace the guard. Very true. Very, very true, boys. It's all true. That's amazing. Yeah, thank you, boys. Martial Law. Thank you for super chat. I may be a noob, but I did see the body language show the Sentinel had a firing angle on this veterans. I don't know if it could do that kind of damage. Yeah, I need to go back and watch that damage being done, man. I need to go back and watch that damage. The problem is the GW... I was talking, the bloody thing was flicking over every 5 seconds. I feel like there's been a... Does anyone else feel like the game's been conceded here? Otherwise, why would we have like a giant advert in the middle of the game? Yeah, I don't know if they can do that kind of damage. Cosmic Drew, MG, there were no holds for 40k. This guy's guard... Brr. No, I said that guard... No, okay, on a serious note, I said that every Horde army has been fucked in 10th edition. And every time a Horde army's done well, it's been very badly knocked down. And I said that there's been some interesting things going on. It's been some interesting things going on with Recon Guard, and that's one to keep an eye on if you go back and watch it. Yeah. So I do think that Recon Guard does have some potential, but we'll get into it. We will talk. We'll do a bit of post game analysis in a moment, but fuck all these adverts. I want to go back and check something here. So
Reporting for duty, sir.
let's go back to the beginning. Just a quickie. So that's way not the right one. Okay. So this is basically the game state towards the beginning of the game. Right? Everyone's setting up, having a good time. This is the list. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. There's a couple of moments that confused me. So that's just guard pushing. That's just the Death Watch pushing out a quick squad down there. So yeah, this is where. So firstly, this is a big mistake from the Death. In my opinion, this is a mistake from the Death Watch player. His turn 1, he exposes this unit, and this unit, and the Terminators. Like, dude, what the fuck? You're in it, like, what the hell? Like, honestly, like, what the hell's going on here? Dude, Why? You know, because it's 10th edition. Everything's gonna die that you expose, and you know, lo and behold, all of this shit died. Like if you look at his secondaries, he had established locus and assassination. So I've no idea why these guys are out. What you think these guys are gonna stop? Are gonna protect you? You think, oh, I've got a couple of bozos that's not gonna protect you. So now you lose 2 units instead of just 1. And then why are these guys exposed? I don't get it. So I don't understand why all of this shit came out. All you do is give away a bunch of stuff. So do I need to play it again for it to catch up a bit? And look, there's a bunch of, and then you have another. Does that stuff come down as well? Yeah. So all of this stuff, and then you've got the Gravis Marines down here. So this is going into, so this is the end. What the fuck is going on? No. Okay. No, I'm sorry. I actually have to talk about this. Okay. I actually have to talk about this. Like, what the actual fuck is going on in this game? This game actually like vexes me. Okay. It really vexes me. Why are these aggressors here? What can they see? What? You telling me are they there to Overwatch cook the fucking guard? This is so, you know, if we go, was it there to kill a 10-man guardsman squad? Are you taking the actual piss? Are you taking the actual piss? Motherfucker drops a 6-man aggressor squad to kill 10 guard infantry. Okay, so that was when I was like, surely he's got bottom of turn. That's why I kept saying he had bottom of turn at the beginning, because I was like, surely he's got bottom of turn. There's no way he'd be, I don't know, like I was just confused. So he comes out with all of this shit. And then we get to the guard turn, you know, kills a 10-man squad. Okay. These Terminators go in and like, but it's all unsupported. Like, I don't get it. Like, where's the, look at this, right? Look at this, right? Where's the force concentration? They're doing the Nemo interview right now. Okay, 1 minute. Where are we up to? 154. Okay. Is it on a different stream or is it? Let's have a look. Is it on a different stream? Oh, here we go.
Hard-fought game, but before we talk about this game, I want to talk about your run, your list design, and a little bit about your experience here at the overall event. So you took the RECON with Astra Militarum and just basically had a ton of bodies and a Sentinel. You know, what were you thinking?
So right now, the army is just a complete counter check to the meta. We're in a spot where Knights were really good, so people have been having success with anti-tank lists, and so they've been running those back and forth. And we just transitioned to more of like an elite meta. And so pretty much everyone's running damage 3, damage 4, low shotguns, and so the army's really good at just being like, here I go, and just winning the, as Benjer calls it, the stand-on circles game. This game, it wasn't really quite that way, the one on stream, but there are several games throughout this tournament where I would roll like 30, 40 dice and just run at people and just stand on circles. So it's a counter check meta that has a lot of reactions, and I enjoy that aspect of it a lot.
I think we kind of saw that, talked about, you know, like going into this, there were, you know, a ton of Knight lists, ton of Death Guard, you know, ton of Astartes there that may have a lot of vehicles and things like that are good at doing exactly what you described. And this did seem very much counter to that. Along the path, especially in the early rounds, did you run into any lists that, you know, that surprised you or maybe made you rethink things?
Yeah, specifically shouting out Dan Maloro, who's on T-Suns. He was playing 30 Scarab Terminators Dominators, and that list made me cry because so we played each other last week at Challengers Cup, and it was a 10-10 draw, and then I played him in the 6th round. We drew, and Shadow Round paired again, and so it was 3 rounds just looking at someone who I cannot shoot them, I cannot kill them, and all I have to do is just pray to God that I stand on circles better than they do, and that's kind of what it boiled down to.
Interesting.
I think if there was another one,
I just want to talk. As he's talking a lot about shooting. This is such a different meta to what I play, and it's mental. I don't face shooting armies.
Grossly large 26-man units.
I don't face shooting armies. This guy faces shooting armies. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
You're like,
It's
okay,
that's nice.
Well, so
I
your
don't
run
face
almost
shooting
ended,
armies.
or maybe not almost ended, but you at least had some concern for your run in round 1.
Yeah. My round 1 opponent hit me with the casual. I haven't played in 8 months, and then I didn't find out until later that he used to be an extremely good player who just hadn't played in a while. So yes, exactly.
And then you went through a true gauntlet there with having to play the Thousand Suns. What made you the two hard counters 3 times?
Yeah, exactly. I think overall my 6 opponents were 5-1s and 1-4-2. So like all the games were very, very close. All of my opponents felt like really strong players. And every time it was the classic 40K thing where they would make a decision, and very rarely was like, I think that's the wrong decision. And that's, my favorite thing to have in a tournament is when all the games feel so.
No, Tiki, the children and the elderly all take melee armies on WTC terrain, which is all I play out about.
It could be easy seen as like all bodies all the time, but where there's like a method to the madness about which regiments and which quantity that you chose.
Yeah, so the big thing is
I'm moving to America, by the way.
My opinion is you gotta
I'm moving to America so I can play on nice terrain that favors shooting armies. I'm moving to America.
It's a little bad because I want my opponent's cards to be as bad as possible. And so
it's true,
it's easy to play the score game.
Seems like a good ask. It doesn't always work out that way, but
exactly. And so the main thing when it comes to the regiments is I want damage profiles that are good into the things that are good against me. And so when it comes to vehicles, there's really very few vehicles right now that are like 15, 20 plus shots that will kill a big brick of guardsmen. My real issue is things like World Eaters, Black Templars, and Emperor's Children. Those armies where one guy's
all
like,
I play.
7 attacks, and that's really scary for the army. And so anything that can have maximum plasma shots or revives or ways to shenanigan around either Marines or the movement phase is kind of where the list is aiming at. Catachan are really good because second, I'm not 6 inches.
It's solid and a lot of great choices, and I love hearing about it. Let's go a little bit forward in the future. Playing Folger with the Eldari in the previous round. Eldari, we know them to be very lethal. We know them to be fast. We know them to take a lot of units and maybe not trade a little bit of units. What gave you the advantage in that engagement?
Rolling 666 on the Overwatch.
So this is actually a prime example of why RECON is so weird to a lot of people. Is the list runs 7? This one ran 7 10-mans of infantry, and they only cost 65 points a unit. And
At time of recording, I bet you they won't be the next day. It's late.
Of guys, nothing in your army is going to kill them. That's 65 points. And so it forces your opponent into an awkward position where they have to give a unit that is more expensive than the unit that's in front of them. And then you rinse and repeat that 3-4 times, and all of a sudden your opponent goes, oh, I'm just going to lose if we keep doing this. And so it forced Folger into a position where he looks at the board state and goes, I need to push everything out because I don't win if we just play this cat and mouse game.
Yeah.
And so he's forced into a position where he has to go after 3 units. Those 3 units are drastically cheaper than the units that he has sent out onto the board, which just leads to a case where he does kill a huge amount of things. I think in the ballpark of like 70 infantry, but he trades pretty much half of his list to make that happen. And so it's a downhill battle for the rest of the game.
Gotcha. Now let's jump into this game here. The Death Watcher, a slightly different animal than the Eldari, and they have decent armor, decent number of wounds. They have a lot of volume of fire and can compete.
That's true, Daxid. Yeah.
How did you approach this specific last matchup?
So the main thing with the Death Watch list is when we were going over lists, and I could be horribly wrong recalling it, but it felt like he really only had about 6-7 real, meaty units that could play the game and go do things. And so
I agree.
I'm going to give him small 10-mans to push the early game. I had 10 Catachan take my expansion. I put a small 10-man of Krieg on the center objective.
The guy took all the
It
bait.
creates a situation where it's, again, you have to give me a piece or I'm going to score points and just win. And so he goes all in to do the same thing. And as I mentioned before, the entire list is kitted to the teeth with Plasma Fire because Marines are my bad matchup.
Sure.
And so all the Plasmas poke out. It leads to probably, I want to say 23, 24 Marines just dying on the clapback.
And that's a much bigger percentage of his army.
I have never
Have
killed
to
that
do.
many Marines in one turn. This guy,
He had killed 2 10-mans and 9 models of a 10-man. So I was on 29. Which for me is like 150 points. And then when he loses the 10-man, 2 5s, and 5 Terminators, that's almost 1,000. And so it was a very
Deathwatch Flare fucked it so bad, man. He fucked it so bad.
And so it creates a situation where his
I
two
cannot
principal
believe
units
it.
are forced to trade for 65-point units.
He fucked
And
it
it's
so
downhill
bad. I mean, this guy
Did you
played, don't get me
feel more
wrong, he
confident
played
going
very,
second in
very,
this
very well.
engagement?
He made no
100%.
mistakes. He won the
army
game.
is really
Amazing.
good at
But
giving people 4 turns of 0 and 4 turns of 0 no man's land objectives. And so the second that you have bottom of turn, you get to be as passive as you possibly want because if no one does
how the
anything,
fuck do you
just
kill
walk out
20,
of the
30
way.
Marines,
That's
including Gravis, in one turn?
It seems like you have a plan and very measured, looking at things very methodically.
Whenever I roll a
Almost
melter
like, I
gun,
think
if it
folks
gets
put
through,
in the
it
chat
rolls
that
1
you,
damage.
We're playing similarly in the games that they saw you win. Was
I'm
there
so
like, an
jealous right
opening
now.
strategy? Like,
I'm
did
so
you-
jealous.
were your
I
first
just want
2 or
this
3
guy's dice
rounds,
rolls.
almost
That's
like
all I
scripted
want.
in
I just
some
want
way?
this guy's dice
So
rolls,
one-
please.
it's both a
Please.
blessing and a curse. But when you have 226 models or whatever it is, there's really no fanciness in the deployment, right? It's like, okay, well, if this guy,
This is where it fits.
right, it fits,
where
it
it
fits
fits,
here,
yeah.
it hides here. Like the 46 guys who go off the table are just because they'll die if they go on the table. There's nowhere to hide them. And so it is very cookie cutter. Usually my mind is asking myself where the 20 bricks of Krieg want to go versus where the 26 Acadians want to go. And that is really my only decision point in deployment. And that one really just boils down to where do I think my opponent's going to get the most pot shots off at? Because I want the 20-mana Kriegsmen to be there because they have a better revive than my Cadians do.
Was there a time when you felt like it was just in the bag when you were very confident?
Deployment.
It might be slightly arrogant, but I want to say turn 2.
Okay.
Because
Turn
the second
2?
Indomitor team came down to trade for the Catachan. My brain was doing the math. I was running the numbers, and I was like, he is going to lose like 25 models this turn. And so I
How?
told myself that if I get those kills off, if I tag the
How,
one
man?
unit that doesn't have fallback and shoot, he really only
Oh,
has
the
2
horses.
units by his expansion rune to fight.
It's
me
the
back with,
horses.
and
That's the
kind
biggie.
of it.
That's how he's
So I
doing
was
it.
doing the damage control
That's
in my
how
head
he's doing
during
it.
his
He's only
phase.
killing
I
as
got
many
to a
in
point where I was like,
shooting
no, he
as the rest of us
cannot
kill,
stop this.
but he's got the
That
horses,
seemed
which
like a
make the
go
big
turn.
difference.
We theorized that was your go turn, and then he mounted another go turn of himself. Like there was a back and forth there that seemed pretty intense. You actually had a lot of support in chat. You had a lot of folks thinking about I've got some regiments at home.
It's
Let
so
me see
much
about getting this on the table. So I think some folks have borrowed some inspiration from your.
I've been
list. It's great
inspired.
seeing you watch you play.
I-
When I say
I've been
sincerely,
inspired,
congratulations on
100%.
the win here. It's an awesome.
Very,
run.
very,
It sounds like
very
it was incredibly
inspired. I'm like,
difficult as
we're back,
well, But you
boys.
played seemingly flawlessly, taking home the crown, and it was fun.
Yeah,
to watch.
very
So
well
thanks
done.
a lot for coming on. Very
Memeing-
pleasure,
memeing to one
meeting
side.
you and hanging out and watching the games. We're going to take a bit of a break here for just a second. Come back and close.
Okay, memeing to one side, it's the horses. So, and I said this before and I'll say it again, I have a real blind spot when it comes to the cavalry. I always just want to take more infantry. If I can take more infantry, I want to take more infantry because I just love infantry. And that's a blind spot of mine. You should always be aware of your blind spots and your weaknesses. And how this guy's like, oh, I'll just pick like 20 models up, 25 models up. I'm like, how? How are you achieving that? Because as we've said, with all the will in the world, I run a lot of plasma, I run a lot of melter, and I'm not picking up 20 Marines in a turn with plasma and melter. I'm picking up 5, 10. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm picking up. And that's what when we were chatting in the chat as well, that's what you guys were saying as well. But that's what you guys are saying as well. But it's the horses. It's the horses. So yeah, you kill 5 or 10 with the plasma like every other guard player does. But then the 10 horses come in and they just go, and they're going to hit on 2s. They're going to wound on 2s. They're going to be AP -4. And and so very, very good. But I do want to check some. I have to check something here. I really do. Okay, because he was saying I want to make something abundantly clear here, and I don't want to think I'm shitting on anybody or trying to take anything away from anybody. I have to say this. Okay, I have to caveat that. But I really, really strongly feel like the Death Watch player here fucked it so hard on multiple levels. And yeah, look, hey, it's round 10, baby. It's round 10. But like, why in the ever-living fuck would you trade 6 aggressors for 10 guardsmen? He's mad. I think the Death Watch player at every point massively overexposed himself. And I think Death Watch player massively failed on force concentration. I mean, what the fuck is this unit doing up here? Can someone explain to me? What the fuck? This Death Watch player should have been like, you can have that one, mate. You can have it. I don't give a fuck. I do not give a flying fuck about this objective. I'll put something on it that makes you come out, but this Death Watch player should have been stacked up here. Everything here. And then he just goes back. He just goes, these 3 are mine. Fuck off. Fuck off. That's what he should have done. Why is this unit up here? And God, what? I'm sorry, but how the fuck? I'm sorry, but why are we? Everybody knows you don't throw deep strike units away unsupported, and these are essentially unsupported. Like, I don't get it. You know, these guys. This is a 5-man. Wes was said, oh well, he's only got like 7 real units. Nah, man, this Death Watch player has got loads of little units for doing little jobs. You know, he's got. I can see a little 5-man squad here. There was some infiltrators bumming around here. Little 5-man squad here. The 5 Terminators, for example. But why the fuck are we throwing 5 Terminators down here to yeet some fucking, 2 Cyclone missile launchers? What the fuck are we doing here, man? What the fuck are we doing here? Is it, why the fuck would you put like 5 Terminators here against 2 fucking platoons of guardsmen? You've got literally 40 guardsmen here versus 5 Terminators. What the actual fuck are we doing here? Like honestly, I'm curious what's going through your brain. You take this unit here, you take this unit here, and you take this unit here, and you take these 2 units here, you put them back here. The guard come out because they want... Look at how exposed the central objective is. Anything the guard moves out into there, you diddle fuck them. You diddle fuck them. They come anywhere near this. It's like, this, you're not having it. And then you've got, and again... I don't know. I don't know, man. But maybe the explanation could be that he knew he had got bottom of no, it doesn't make any sense because you deploy and then you roll off to who gets first turn. So you don't know you're not going to deploy a unit up here being like the Death Watch player going first was definitely a disadvantage, but. Look at all the terrain here. Look at all the terrain here, which should protect you from firing angles. You can just force concentrate, wipe all this shit out, and then basically you wipe the turn 1 and 2. You wipe everything out here. It's goners, mate. It's goners. All this goes out here, and then you basically you just fucking dump everything, and then you push that way. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. I have no idea why this unit of Death Watch came out turn 2. I have no idea why this unit of Terminators came down here. I have no idea why this unit was deployed here. I have no idea why you trade 6 aggressors for 10 Catachans. I have no idea. Why is this unit out here? I don't really understand why the unit's out here. You know, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. You're playing Death War, and then so that's the first thing I don't get. That's the first thing. The second thing I will say is I think there's a severe lack of disrespect for the Horde army here. Do you know what I think it is? I honestly think Games Workshop. Do you know what's funny? Games Workshop has done such a good job of discouraging everyone from bringing Horde armies. Everyone from bringing Horde armies. And then now they just don't know. They're just like, oh, well, it's only las guns. Yeah. And then I have to say, okay, like, I do have to say something. Right, what have we got? What? Okay, no, this is actually important. I need to see the dice rolls down here. I need to see them. Okay. I need to see them. Lack of respect or a lot of disrespect. I don't know what I said. But there's 6 aggressors here. There's a Krieg blob down here. It might be a Cadian blob. What are we looking at? Maybe it's 4 plasma. Has he got a flag? He's not got. He has got a flag in there. I'm presuming he's got a flag in there. Maybe it's not. It is a flag. So we've got 3 plasma guns, but not in rapid fire range. I mean, 2 are in rapid fire range. That's 4 shots. Maybe Creed's down here, but I feel like Creed's back. Creed's there. I can see the model. So we've got 5 plasma gun shots and 2 melter gun shots. How the fuck do you kill 6 aggressors with 5 plasma gun shots and 5 plasma gun shots and 2 melter gun shots? I don't get it. I do not get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you could give him 10. Yeah, sure. You could give him 10 plasma shots. Then you hit it on 5. Then you hit on 4, sorry. Yeah. You don't think he'll get any flags in his command squads? Okay, so even then, it's like 6 plasma gun shots. Unless all the plasma guns are at the front. Because the command squads, there could be ship munchers back here. So you could be getting... If it's 4 plasma guns, 8 shots, and then 2 melter guns, it's still only 10 shots. If you go first right fire,
ready to serve.
If you go first right fire, we have to watch this, right?
In his 4th round, then Adeptus Sororitas, the Sisters of Battle.
Special abilities like the Sentinels, you know, we can actually bring up if you can.
The sheer number of bodies he has in these units,
right?
It is such
a lot of points attached to this carnage.
Okay, so that's
ton of points here. That's 4.
Because like all of this shit goes into the Terminators and doesn't wipe them.
Yeah, taking a quick look here through just the sheer number of bodies he has in the, you know,
to reduce capacity.
Just look at this unit down here.
Cover a 6 damage with Lance, meaning plus those Death Watch veterans.
Keep looking.
And not interested.
This actually put him in a, you know,
on the screen there, the data sheet app. What Infernal Lance with bad at all? Give them the take.
It's going to keep going.
You know, being credit looks at
attack indeed. Doing through a lot. You don't have
a little bit more.
That unit back there, it was just such a waste of time.
More to wounds them every 5 months. Chaos of your opponent's army. Everything here. 3 wounds. Yeah. So, and that out where they're at to roll. So more wounds right there. Top dice.
There's the Sentinel. Nicely tucked up.
Chilling out. That's the final thing in his game. Not the ideal.
Where have they all gone?
For the blitz move.
Where have they all gone? They're all dead. You know, this. I knew I hadn't missed it. The fucking camera missed it. Where have they all? There's 6 aggressors there. How have the 6 aggressors died? How have the 6 aggressors died? to fucking, at most, 4 plasma guns and 2 metal guns. I mean, it takes 2 plasma shots to kill 1 aggressor. There's nothing that Recon Guard can do about that. So, if you hit, even with sustained hits, this motherfucker must have rolled like a beast on the sustained hits. Watch the dice count. Okay, I'm turning chat off on screen. Right, 1 minute. All right. All right, let's... Dice count is going to be kind of hard to interpret.
180 guardsmen. So that
yeah, it's impossible. It's
right
impossible to know.
Close to 300. It has to be up there, up close to 300.
Shot I was going for.
Look at them all.
Yeah, you can see some casualties that have been taken.
Yep. You talk about time and time.
Yeah, look, they're all just coming off.
Around, rolling all
shot
close.
Maybe that was so. You know what it is? Maybe that was his saves. That was his save. So how many saves did this motherfucker roll?
80 guardsmen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, I mean, that would have to be 8 hits and 8 wounds from plasma guns, and then 8 failed saves. Right? Right? Right?
On the top there, that's representing the player's command points.
Okay.
Most likely. A lot of players will do that. Use a different kind of die just to track their command points and see where they're at.
Something you won't normally roll.
Yeah.
There's 1 hit
I
from
always
probably
use,
a sentinel or
numerical
something.
dice,
I don't
for
know.
wounds, so that I don't accidentally pick them up. Dice with pips, that's what we roll the hit and wound with, but dice with numbers on them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that lasguns? There aren't any lasguns. I don't think there are any lasguns left in the. I don't think there are any lasguns left in the unit. Right, does he miss any? Is the big question. He doesn't. He miss. I mean, we don't know what we don't know what shots they are.
So many times I've picked up the wound dice and gone, whoops, you know, because then you.
Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. We have no idea what's going on. We have no idea what's going on. Okay, but
forget it's been
this is the thing.
But dice with numbers on them.
So we got 14 shots hitting on 3s. Oh, but no, some of they might be hitting on 4s, but sustained, adding things back in.
Those are the wounds, so I don't.
So you take one.
That's good. It's been so many times.
So he takes some out, and then he puts them back in.
Then you forget.
Okay, so was he hitting on 4s? Let's go. Let's have a look. That might explain it. I think I know how we got these numbers. Okay, so stop. Hitting on 4s, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 10? He picks up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6s. This guy just rolled like a fucking fiend. It all makes sense now. So the guy rolls, right? The guy rolls 14. So how does he get 14 shots is the question. 4 plasma guns in the unit. They could be Kriegers, But I don't think they're not Kriegers because he's got Castellan in there. So 4 plasma guns in the unit, each firing 3 times is 12 shots. And then a plasma pistol is going to be in there as well from the officer. So, maybe I'm miscounting. So he's got 13. So that's where all the plasma shots come from. So this motherfucker's hitting on 4s. Oh, the Castellan. The Castellan's got a plasma pistol as well. Ah, okay. So that's 14 plasma shots, as we can see here. On 14 plasma shots, the guy hitting on 4s. The guy gets 15 hits. Okay, I'm starting to see how things just fucking melted. Okay, so he gets 14 hits. All right.
How many times I've picked up?
All right.
Because then you forget.
He has 15 hits because he gets like a bunch of 6s. And then to wound, he's wounding on 3s. He's only dropping a handful there.
It's my opponent as well, so they know if they see those.
So he gets that many wounds. He only drops like 4 on the wounds.
The wound dice.
And then his opponent
in the guard army.
His opponent.
I mean, it's got to be 300 something.
And then his opponent
more than 7
rolls a shitload of saves.
I mean, the horses are 10.
I think there must have been something going on there. He's rolling them one at a time. So he rolls a few initial saves for some reason.
So that
rolls the rest of them. Makes none of them. Makes none because he's out in the open. He makes none of them. And then loses. Yeah, just loses everybody.
Up there, up close to 300.
Just loses everybody. Right. Okay. So okay. So that's moment number 1. That's moment. So he should have got on 14 shots. He should have got 7 hits with sustained, maybe sustained 9, maybe 10. He gets 15. Okay. He then should have got like 10 wounds, but he only dropped 3, so we got 12 wounds. And his opponent didn't have a cover save because he was out and proud. And his opponent makes no 6-ups out of 12 wounds. So his opponent just dies. And that's how you lose 6. That's how you lose 6 aggressors. That's how you, because it takes 2 plasma shots to kill each aggressor. So yeah, of course, his opponent was like, yeah, I can take the remnants of a guardsman platoon. Yeah, what should have happened is this guy got 9 hits. Then he should have got 6 wounds. His opponent should have passed 1, and his opponent should have lost 2 aggressors. Maybe 3 to... maybe 3. So yeah, so just losing those 6 aggressors, it's just like, bang. That just completely rips open that entire flank. Fucking hell. Right. We're not done. 1 minute. Yeah,
that's.
Oh, I don't know about.
For sure.
Okay. So there was another moment.
It takes a long time to.
Right,
So,
where was this? Yeah, it was this
approach of
moment
an
down.
incoming
It was after
airdrop.
this.
So close right now.
Okay. And that's huge because that just breaks open. Because remember, before that happened, it was like the guard lose that flank. And then the guard just didn't lose that flank. The secret to winning 40k is just roll 6s, bro. Man, YouTube is not liking
assets,
that.
Got to take some actions.
Okay,
no
so then we need to
prisoners,
watch
gotta
out.
remove units,
Then we need to watch this.
Both those things
Okay,
very possible.
how the fuck do
If
we
you can
lose
further
10
supplement the score in this
10
turn by getting some of
veterans
those,
here
secondary points after that just
to-
massive primary gain?
Yeah.
That's gonna be huge.
2 squads?
Very difficult to recover from that.
Yeah, could be putting the shovel in the power armor at that point.
YouTube's really not liking me skipping around because it's because the live stream's just been.
With them,
Play.
Against and then
Can't wait.
yeah,
Right, come on.
The matches that we see.
Fucking hell, the
spotted it.
camera work on
but
this
I
is
mean, they can actually
fucking
roll it at 3
atrocious,
turn
man.
point, which is those rough. Maybe just bring this in if I
Get
can
more
push a little bit
fucking
more.
camera
He
work on
has
the
a
dude
rapid-
painting in the
They give
fucking corner.
too. And then
Indeed, is that they difference that
Like, I
those
can't
free
see
cards from
anything
combat
that's
cards,
going
you know,
on in the
combat
really,
card
really
that
important
carry
part of the
things, so
battlefield.
you gotta
And then they're gone. And then they're gone. So we've no idea. We have no idea how all 10 Deathwatch veterans died. We've no idea. Because we never once got to see. Yeah. But basically, a 10-man squad of Cadians, which is a plasma gun and a melter gun, and some shit bunch of firepower, and a 20-man blob of Cadians. I'm guessing 20. Was that 10 plus a command? Oh, is that Ursula Creature? That's Ursula Creature. Guys, it's 2 10-man squads. Again, we're looking at 1 plasma gun here, 3 plasma guns here, so 4 plasma guns and 2 melter guns with no sustained hits. So he's going to have, assuming, I mean, not everyone's going to be in rapid fire range there as well, surely. But even if they are, it's like, I guess like 8. If they're all in rapid fire range, it's like 18 plasma shots. But then you're hitting on 4, so it's 9 hits. 9 hits. 8 wounds. Deathwatcher got 4 guys with invulnerable saves. Lose 4. So of course, so yeah, I think it was over here though that people said that the Deathwatch player didn't roll a single 4 up on his invulnerable saves. Yeah. So I think what's happened is basically over here, this flank should have collapsed. Okay, there's no question in my mind. This flank, it did collapse. I saw it, Mr. Anderson. I watched you die. Like, I saw you, Mr. St. Hines. I watched you die. And then, due to the fact that he massively spiked and killed all of the aggressors, and then his opponent rolled like ass, the flank just uncollapsed. Just uncollapsed. Amazing. The Emperor protects. The Emperor protects. But hey, that's why it's a dice game, baby. That's what makes it exciting. It's not something we're complaining about. I want to make something abundantly clear. It's not something we're complaining about even slightly. What we're saying is, it's a dice game, baby. It's Hollywood, baby. Oh my God. And you know what? The dice, the Emperor should fucking protect the guardsmen because you've got an absolutely Giga Chad guard army there. Absolute Giga Chad guard army. Right. Right, gentlemen. Very, very, and I think, frankly, that flipped the game. Now, actually, before we go away, so I think that massively flipped the game because, but this is where, if I may, the Mordian masterclass comes in. As it comes in. But if I turn my face off for a second, so this, it's all these little mistakes which add up. It's all these little mistakes which add up. So these aggressors should never have been tied up by these guardsmen. Actually, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't. I can have my face on, actually. These aggressors should never have been tied up by these guardsmen because there was no need for them to be exposed. So these guys should be safely hidden here. This squad should be happily here, and there should be just a little 5-man shipmuncher squad just screening things out here. Okay? If you even care about the screening out, because there's nothing in reserve that you give a fuck about apart from 10 horses. Okay, come in. It's fine. But yeah, you screen a little bit out there. This squad comes down here. This squad comes there. These Terminators don't YOLO it up there, and these aggressors don't YOLO it down there. So, but even if the aggressors YOLO it, and let's say everything here that happened, if you've then got Terminators, aggressors, and this big blob down here, then what you do is you just, this all comes out and just clears this away. Clears it away. The Deathwatch player, I'm going to say this. Nemo won this game. And I will never take that away from it. I'm not diminishing that at all. But there's 2 sides to a battle. There's 2 sides to a battle. In my opinion, Nemo won this game, and the Deathwatch player lost this game. And the mic guys are like, obviously, Mordian. But I mean in terms of like the way in terms of their tactics. If the Deathwatch player force concentrates much more effectively, then even with all this spiking, you've just got, and if the Deathwatch player didn't massively overexpose himself, he could have pushed all that back. Pushed all of it back. He could have had a second turn, a third turn, a fourth turn counter push. And the guard, the guard sort of fuck around on this objective most of the time, but the Deathwatch happily secure them push through. Far too spread out and far too reckless with his units. A severe lack of respect for the Humble Guardsman. And you never go wide against Guard Horde. You never, ever, ever. I've been talking about this shit for 10 years. You never, ever, ever go wide against Guard. You always go fucking force concentration. Because Guard is a Horde army that shoots. So unlike most other Horde armies where they go wide, they can only bring a little bit of their power to bear at a time because they're trying to charge you and chop you up like Green Tide, like bugs. With Guard, because we're a Horde army that shoots, we've got range. So we go wide and we actually have force concentration from range. You go wide and you don't. You go wide and you don't. Yeah. So that I think that the Guard played this very, very well, and I think that the Deathwatch player unfortunately made some tactical mistakes. But I want to make something abundantly clear: I wasn't in the game. The mics weren't up. Maybe things are very different from my perspective, and also it's very important to mention that these guys played 10 games, and so people are only human, and people are going to make mistakes. Yeah. I think that very well played. I think it's very important to say. Very, very, very well played to both players for even getting to the final. So, and I think that absolutely is worth saying. But it's worth saying. But I also think it's important to point out where personally I think things were different, where I think things went wrong or went right one way or another, because we can learn from that. The mistakes that this Deathwatch player made, in my opinion. There may have been some reason behind it, but in my opinion, the mistakes that were made by the Deathwatch player can go on to inform other people, and the abilities and the decisions made by the Guard player can go on to inform other Guard players. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of lessons learned from both sides here, lots and lots, and I think it's absolutely. But I agree with CB Cooper here. It's probably true. I think he said he knew he won turn 2 because that flank folded with minimal casualties. Yeah. The Guard player knew turn 2 that he'd won. The Guard player knew that says something. That says something. He knew because he was like, you just haven't got enough at any one point. Yeah. I think that's very, very telling. I think the Deathwatch player could have won this. I think going second, he definitely could have won it. Going first, it was 50-50. It was equals. And I think the way that you win it as Deathwatch is there's so many guardsmen tied up here. There's so many. And what I would do is as the Deathwatch player, what I would do is just take advantage of the fact that the Guard are going to struggle to get range with these units up here. Even with 24-inch range, they don't want to be shooting 24. They want to be 12 so they can get rapid fire and sustained, all this kind of shit. So even with all these guys up here basically out of the game, like these guys are out of the game. And what you do is you just crush this and then you push up there. And I think that makes a huge difference. You just crush this whole bottom, then you push forward. By end of turn 2, you can have that mopped up. And that gives you turn 3, turn 4, turn 5 to right up. Yeah. If GW had any sense, they wouldn't nerf Guard based on this game. But I would, guys. I think if I were you, I would expect I'd expect every guard blob to go up to 145 points. I would expect every 10-man squad to go up to 75 points. I would expect probably I would expect every unit in this army to go up by 5 to 10 points based on this. Per 10, that's what I would expect. Because we can't have nice things. We can't have nice things. I'm sorry. All right. Let's have a look. But hey, very, very, very well played. And yeah, very, very, very well played. And let's have a look where we are here. So got a few super chats. Then we're going to wrap things up. So I want to say big thank you to... I'm just doing these. They're not going to be necessarily in order. I'm just going to go through them. So I want to say big thank you to Waiting for Something to Happen. 36 months, Triple X Force. I love it, mate. Yeah, Horsies are a good cleanup crew. Horsies are really good. Do you know what? I'm going to say this right now. The Horsies have been a blind spot for me. The Horsies unlock this thing. They unlock this thing. Because one of the big problems Guard has is they only operate... If you don't take the Horsies, you're only operating in 2 phases, movement and shooting. You need the Horsies to operate. That's where the punch goes. Oh, where are my las cannons and my infantry squads? They're not. They're lances on Horsies. So yeah.
When it comes to crime, there's only one
Andrew Saunders, thank you for the super chat, man. I'll humbly say that in the past few months watching videos, I feel you have not given attention to all the things cavalry can give you. So Andrew Saunders, yes and no. I will fully admit that I've not been paid that much attention to them. But secondly, I will say this. I actually did, when I did my unit reviews, I actually even went back and re-reviewed Death Riders and I reviewed Rough Riders. And I did actually give both of those units positive unit reviews at the time. And I actually said, I think there's more to this than people are saying. But I only did it from a theory point of view. And I didn't do it from a practical point of view. So yes, I definitely haven't paid the cavalry enough attention, but subconsciously I must have known something was going on there. So I'm getting half a point. I'm giving myself half a point. Revenga, thank you for super chat. First rank, second rank. Yeah, he was using first rank fire, second rank fire all game. It's so interesting seeing how other players use orders because I never use first rank fire. Why? Because if I roll to hit on 4s, I don't hit. I have to hit on 3s to make sure that I hit like I'm hitting on 4s. Yeah. Yeah, man. I honestly, there is an element of luck is a thing. Okay, statistics are meaningless in so many ways. Luck is. This is what I mean. Never put stock in trade in Math Hammer. Never put stock. You don't know. Luck is a thing, and some players know they are lucky. Like you guys, I've talked about him loads of times before. Matt Robbo, one of the best players that I know. He's in the family way now, so he doesn't play quite as much as he did. But one of the best players that I know, inherently lucky, and knows he's lucky. So he's just like, okay, so I know I've got 8 4-up saves to make here. Statistically, I should pass 4, but I'm going to pass 6. And then he passes 7. And he goes, there you go. And you're just looking at him like, how did you know you were going to do that? And he goes, I know I'm lucky. And he's using like he doesn't have a coherent set of dice. He's just got like, yeah, and you're like, bro, fuck it, I don't trust those dice. Use my dice. You know, as a joke, you go, I roll your dice all game. And he'll roll your dice all game and it'll the same thing. Some people just know they're lucky. And knowing you're lucky can make, or knowing if you're unlucky can make such a difference. Yeah. Knowing you're unlucky. Like, I know I'm unlucky, so I take that into account when I'm committing to, like, fights. Yeah. So yeah, I think genuinely knowing, like I could never use first rank fire, second rank fire, because I know if I roll 14 shots hitting on 4s, I hit 3 times. It's that simple. So I have to hit on 3s. So then if I roll 14 shots, I hit 7 times. I should hit 10, 9 or 10, but I don't because I know what my dice are like. It never happens. It never happens. Yeah. So knowing you're lucky, and people saying, "Oh, that's rubbish about being lucky." No, it's not. This is why no top player that I know uses Math Hammer for more than anything more than a conversation starter. Like, there's just good players are good because they're very, very, very good players. But they're also, on top of being incredibly skillful, incredibly knowledgeable, they're also a little lucky. And that is a factor. It is a factor. It's a lot of skill going involved, but on a dice game, you need a bit of luck on your side. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. It's what have we got next? Chicken Detonator. This weekend's American Firepower in stream discussion. I've got a few bits on stream discussion, so I'll pick it all up in a moment. So John, last year RECON, Valve Day stream discussion. I'll check it out in a moment. So John Davies, that Marine that scoffs at Alaska does not charge across an open field against 100 of them. Yes, but it wasn't the Lasguns. The Lasguns didn't do shit that entire game. The Lasguns didn't do shit the entire game. It was every plasma gun in the world. You know what? I am going to slag off Nemo. I am, actually. I am. You know what? Winning LVO doesn't mean anything. Because a man who loses the king's colours loses the king's friendship. I don't think he took a single flag in his entire army. And, you know, is it even a win if you don't take the banner? Oh, is it even a win? It is a win. It is a win. When you go into LVO and you're going to win, maybe if there's ever a point when you decide not to take the banner, maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point. There you go. You guys let me know. You guys let me know. Flag, you know, flag or no flag. Flag or no flag. He's got one. If he's got one, it's okay. If he's got one, it's okay. If he's got the company standard, that's all right. I'll let him off. I'll let him off. And I was only teasing anyway. I wasn't being serious even slightly. I was just busting his balls. Cosmic Drew, victory is assured. Always, man. Always. I mean, indeed. And Agent Restoration, thank you for the super chat. Reject the meta, embrace the guard. Always. Reject the meta, embrace the guard. I love it. I love it. There is one other thing I do want to mention. It is very, very important, and we've got 266 people right here, and I want to say this to you all now, and I want this is one thing you take away from this whole stream. It's this: that list and Recon Guard in general works on the terrain they were playing on, which is basically GW terrain. All right. Now, that doesn't diminish the list in any way, shape, or form. You should always build the list for the terrain you're playing on. If you took that exact same list and you went on, if you personally took that exact same list expecting to be like, hey, I could go 3-2, I could go 4-1. I'm not expecting to win the whole thing, but I could go really, really well. And then you take that exact same list and then you go in onto WTC terrain, you're probably going to get your shit pushed in every game. All right. So that list works, and that list works when you're playing in a mostly shooty meta. Not totally. When you're playing in a mostly shooty meta on terrain that actually has lines of fire. It's very important. You must always build the list to the terrain. It's like a speculative CV. They don't exist. If you send a speculative CV in, you've wasted a job application. Let me tell you. Okay? You must always tailor your CV. You must always tailor your list to the terrain. You know what the terrain is going to be. It's in every rules pack. You know what the terrain is going to be. If you go to a UKT, if you take infantry guard, if you take guard, your list that goes onto UKTC terrain, WTT terrain, and GW terrain, that should be 3 different lists. I'm not even kidding. In some way, they should be different. You must build your list of the terrain. It took me years and years and years to figure that out. Years. I always used to just take the same list onto different terrain and wonder why I had such fucking massively varying results. Because it's not just the terrain that's going to influence your army. It's going to influence the armies you're playing against. Massively influence the armies you're playing against. Yeah. So, generally they are random. the table layouts will be random in terms of it'll be a random GW layout or a random WTC layout or a random UKTC layout. But when you go to a tournament, that tournament, a tournament isn't going to have 3 different kinds of terrain. They're going to either have WTC, UKTC, or GW. And there might be it might get randomized in each game, but the randomization will be, are we on layout 1 for GW, or layout 2 for GW, or layout 3 for GW? And same for UKTC and same for WTC. So yeah. Well, I love hearing that. I usually don't get the player pack until my list is due. Well, that's a your local tournament thing. Hey, you're playing UKTC. You know exactly what terrain it's going to be UKTC terrain. And you know exactly what it's going to be round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, because they publish the terrain packs for each round weeks in advance. Yeah. If you're playing on player place terrain, find a new place to play. Player place terrain is fundamentally fucking awful. Shouldn't exist. Get rid of it.
Victory!
If you are playing on if you are playing on player place terrain, I don't even want to talk to you. I didn't want to know you. Like, yeah, I didn't want to know you. Player place terrain died halfway through 9th edition for good fucking reason. Good fucking reason. All right. We got a few more super chats here. Cosmic Drew, thank you for super chat, man. Next K47 project stream discussion. Also, hope you like my last project. I posted 1 hour of K47 background music. Hope it was useful. Maybe you can use it tomorrow or another if talk about some K47. I'll listen to it, mate, and I can put it as a background track. No dramas whatsoever. I can put it as a background track. No dramas. Do you have the raw files? If you could send me the raw files even via Gmail, it'll make it a lot easier, because otherwise I've got to like download it off YouTube, and that can be a pain in the ass. I'm heading over to stream discussion in just a moment. Night Deathwing, thank you for becoming a channel member, mate. Chaos, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Yes, mate. Yes. I'll be streaming all next week, so Chaos, if you've got any other questions about anything I've talked about tonight, tune in Monday to Friday, 9 till 3 in the morning, 9 p.m., 3 a.m. I stream late. That's UK time, so the Americans, you'll be fine. Yeah. Chaos, I'm being quick on the super chats today, but thank you very much for the 10. That's very generous, sir. Andrew Saunders, welcome station review. Please, kisses and hugs. Do you need letting in? I'll let you in. That's no problem. And Cosmic Drew, thank you for super chat. Time to get tanks again. Vanquish cannon spam. Honestly, if I was playing in the American meta, I'd be taking 5 executioners. Man, you guys do things differently. You guys do things so differently. It's crazy. But hey, that's again, it's not one is better than the other. They're different. If you play in Europe, you're going to play on some very different terrain to when you play on in America. Very, very different. And honestly, I do think terrain is too dense over here. And I know I'm a guard player saying that, but I really, really feel terrain is too dense in the UK. We don't play on GW terrain. Just take that into account for a moment. We do not play on GW terrain. I'd say the most common format, yeah, I don't know. Most tournaments I play in now are WTC. And the only ones that are UKTC are the ones on the UKTC circuit. Yeah. And it fucking sucks dick. It's fucking bullshit, man. All right, let's head over to Discord for a smidge and have a look at what people have been putting in here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Okay. Found a verbal bat rep of Orc Sons versus. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, happened about a month ago. I was driving my new truck home from the bingo and it just died. Now,
This is
next thing I
Orcs
know, I
versus
seen this
Tau?
bright light up in the sky. Then aliens was everywhere.
Fuck's sake.
Now, I don't do probes, so I'm glad I bought a truck with a trunk monkey.
The Trunk Monkey, an out-of-this-world idea you'll only find at Suburban Auto Group.
Stop it. Get help. Oh my god. So John Davies, let's have a look, mate. Nice. Squat, 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 squat. Yeah, Simon doesn't like squats. I like squats. I like squats, voted and dwarves. Yeah. Marcus been working on stuff. That's cool. Love that. It's one of my favorite scenes from any video game, man. Just yeah. Very, very cool.
There's only one man keeping the streets safe.
Yeah, very, very cool. Draconius Maximus. Been painting like a madman over the time I asked about vows this month. I've been painting the following: 35 Scions, Scion Command Squad, 2 Kenny Command Squad, 20 Catachans, 20 Aquilans, 2 Kazakin, 10 Kree Engineers, 30 Kriegers, 9 on 60 Cadians, not based yet. 17th, you say? Complete this epic vow of mine. And hurrah to us on Horde. Did we win LVO entirely? If we did, we won the whole of LVO. I say we. The Guard won, but specifically Lord General Militant Wesley Nemo St. Hines absolutely won it. Yeah, he is now I think, he is Lord General Militant 100%. Let's have a look. Do we win over Italy? If the nerfs happen, I'm bummed now as this may kill JJ's and mine's Nidgard Horde idea. Maybe Nid and vote on Horde list code name. Bring out your biomass or biomass boogaloo. Warriors at AP2, 4-year-olds, 4-year-old ones, T5, 4, 5 at 5 for pain. Well, firstly, the hobbying's been coming along very nicely. Fucking hell, on dial-up over here, apparently. On my end. It's not on your end, man. It's coming along. I love the old Cadians, man. It's coming along, mate. Trigger a fan base with one wet sentence. Oh, man. Only Russ of the Lake, what is your wisdom? That the lion can shit talk my son's behavior all he wants, but it still didn't change the fact that half my legion didn't turn traitor first chance it got. Brilliant. Chicken Detonator working on... Oh, is this your... Chicken Detonator owns an artillery piece, just to let you guys know. It's probably going to be quite loud. This is why being in America is cool. You can own an artillery piece. I mean, it's a infantry gun. It's an infantry gun. Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much, Spartan. That was very helpful, man. Cosmic, baby! Love it. Love the Paragons, man. Catachans as Paragons is such a good move. I love it. Catachans as Paragons, so good. Nice. And you've got some normal, I say normal, like, oh, yeah, I was going to say legit Paragons, but you've got some Warlord Paragons as well. Yeah, nice. Yes. Cosmic Coyotes are so good, man. They're so good, bro. Amazing. I think that's everything, Oh, I need to let in Andrew in. I've not done any welcome station in a week. I've been on holiday. Just let me off. Please. Okay, yeah, cool. Legit. You're in, Andy. I'm presuming yours, Andrew Saunders, I'm presuming your name is Andy Paints Poorly. Yeah, you're in. There you are. I will let everyone else in tomorrow. Unless there's anyone that I can let in it. I'm just seeing if anyone... I can let this guy in as well, that's fine. Anyone who posted the picture can get in. Easy. Okay.
When it comes to fighting crime, there's only one man keeping the
Okay,
streets safe.
cool. Right.
While keeping it real.
Let's have a look. I need to go to bed, boys. So I'm going to go do a couple of quick ones here. Cosmic, just music 1 by 1 or big file available? Whichever's easier for you, mate. Whichever's easier for you. Thank you for Super Chat. Whatever's easier for you. I can download it in one. Whatever, just send it to me on Google Drive if you can. And then I'll download it. And so it's whatever's easier for you, mate. To Krampus. Very quick one here, mate. Adding some rattlings and Kazakh into the collection. Signs aren't glued to base yet, but working on it. Nice. Krieg signs are cool, mate. Very cool. I'll tell you what, I'm getting back on the 3D printing, man. I'm getting back on it. For sure. For sure. Right, I'm going to bed. I'm very, very tired. I've been 4 hours sleep. Plus tournament. I've been at a tournament today. And I've done a fucking tournament reaction as well. So I am knackered. There you go. My holiday's basically been ruined. But I want to do a big shout out to the Krampus, Cosmic, Night Death Ring, Chaos, Andrew Saunders, Waiting for Them to Happen, Revenga, Chicken Detonator, Last Draken, DeJohn Davies, Derek, Asian Persuasion, Lich Fanner General, Martial Law, Welky Shitpost, Imploding Rat, Jenny Bratz, Revenga, Tiki, Simon, Talzun, Medic Mark, Tuesday's Avenger, Half and Stream, Solarius, Fuss W, Mark Teleperland, and Saul Rothman. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you guys. Oh, I'm just honest. I'm Onyx. I gave the wrong picture. Oh, okay. Well, let me just undo this guy. Soz. Oh no, he can still stay in. He can still stay in because I can see he's a channel member. And I can see your channel members as well, Andrew Saunders. There you go. Cool. You're done. Let me just... that's pretty much everybody except for 1 or 2. Okay, but yeah, let me just... that's all fine. I'll sort that out after the stream. Okay, I'm saying it well, Keys. Every time. Every time. And I don't want you to change it. If you change it, I'm disappointed in you. Gentlemen, that is everything for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Little impromptu, couple of hour stream, kind of jobby. But and can we just say, victory is assured. Very, very, very well done to everyone who played in that tournament game. Do you know what? I really enjoyed doing that tournament casting, as it were. I thought that our commentary was better than the GW commentary. I'm just saying. I thought ours was better. And I say ours because I was chatting to you guys a lot of the time. I think ours was better. I'm just saying. Maybe that's my calling in life. Maybe I'm too old to play in these tournaments now. Hitting my, I'm in my, I'm gonna be 33 soon. Maybe I'm too old to be playing in the tournaments, but maybe I just cast them. Maybe. Anyway, I don't think people give a shit about that. Professional caster out. Woo! Yeah. Oh my days. But no. On a serious note, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your fantastic support. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I will see you all tomorrow. And of course, as always, I'll see you guys next time.